Hello everybody, welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke. What's this, I hear you ask? Well, it's kitchen roll, is that what we call it? Yes, kitchen towel, made of trees. Apparently we're trying to save those. And we've got the perfect way that you can do it, because we have a better solution. It is the Miracle Shammy. It's not called the Miracle Shammy for nothing, you know, because it is probably the most absorbent fabric known to man. And here is said Miracle Shammy. It's made in Germany. If you buy one online that does not say made in Germany, you're buying a fake one. So I would suggest you avoid that. It's phenomenal. It always dries soft. It picks up something like 20 times its own weight in liquid. It's extraordinarily good, and it's very tough stuff. Comes with a 1-year guarantee. A cloth comes with a 1-year guarantee. Can you Adam and Eve it? And normally, and by the way, this is online, and we'll cover this shortly. Please don't buy the single offer. This is a bog off, or a buy one, get one free. So you normally get 2 of the orange, 1 of the blue. The blue is a smaller one that you can use on TV screens and, you know, windows and mirrors and stuff like that. Although the big orange ones will work for that purpose as well. But tonight we have a 24-hour deal. So you're getting the buy one, get one free. So you get 4 of the big cloths, 2 of the smaller blue ones, and there's an extra £1 off. So you're actually saving 21 quid by buying tonight. The Ideal Home Show is on at the moment. In fact, if you want to go and say hello to my guest, or many of the guests actually that are on Shop on TV, pop along to Kensington Olympia if you're ever near or in the London area, and do support the show, because it's important, and it's sort of diminished over the years from what I understand. It's shrunk somewhat. So please do go say hi to everybody and give them some encouragement and support. And if and when you do, you will see people wandering around with these poking out of their bags, because just about everybody who goes to the Ideal Home Show buys the Miracle Shammy. It's been around for years. It's a cloth I've had for 6, I think I always work this out every time I'm on the air, good 6 years. They last and last and last, and they do a much better job than J-cloths, kitchen towels, and just about anything else, honest. So, and it's Mother's Day today, so maybe a belated Mother's Day gift, because you can use them to dry your dogs and your cats and other miscellaneous pets. Maybe you have a gerbil or a budgerigar, and who knows? You know, what do you do when your budgie gets wet? That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean, right? Anyway, there's no point me beating my gums about it, because we have a professional gum beater here, straight from the Ideal Home Show, the one and only. He's never wrong. He's always right. David Wright.
Thank you, Rob.
Hello.
Good evening, viewer. And thank you for joining us. Right, yeah, so they're made in Germany, the Miracle Shammy. If you've never seen them before, where have you been all these years? They're great for washing cars. Check this out. You may have used a leather chamois before, animal chamois, and we're not here to knock those. It's a similar concept. The difference is they always dry soft, the Miracle chamois. They don't dry hard like the old leather chamois. And this one, it won't smell bad. It goes in the washing machine when it's dirty, so that's good. You might be lucky enough to have a bigger vehicle than a car. You could use it on a motorhome. Look how thirsty they are. Caravans, if you have them. Yep, he still hasn't wrung it out. In the kitchen, as a dishcloth, if you use it, well, it's the best you'll ever use. And remember, you can cut them to any size you want. It's almost too big for a dishcloth. If you've got a granite or marble worktop, you get a streak-free finish every time. The reason we're not having a streak-free finish here right now is because it's full. And when it leaves these bits behind, you know it's time to wring it out. So I'll show you how much we got. Check this out. So useful round the home, you know, as a domestic tool. If you spill something, maybe a washing machine floods, for example, you get a leaky pipe under the sink. Sponges work too, we know that, but try as you must, or the sponge must have picked this up. Not going to happen. Just can't do it. Drips and dribbles everywhere. Take your chamois instead. Keep your eye on the liquid, because this happens quickly. We're probably going to pan in with the camera here, because this is pretty amazing. In seconds, it absorbs up to 20 times its own weight, up to 5 cups of liquid right before your eyes. And the best part about it is there's no drips. It locks it inside. Pretty amazing, right? And then if you give it a twist, it's ready to use again. They're super, super absorbent. And look how big it is. So use the whole length to your advantage. Maybe if you're washing the car, you get that streak-free finish, pull it in one direction. Could be windows, shower screens. Absolutely brilliant. You're wondering what you get tonight.
What do you get tonight, David?
Thanks for asking, Rob. I was almost out of breath.
It just occurred to me. I just thought, you know, I don't know where it came from.
So, regular deal, £20 gets you 2 of the big orange ones, identical to the one I use, and a blue one for windows, the Miracle Window Chamois, a $4.99 value. That goes in, yours free from the manufacturer. All that for $20, that's our regular deal. And you can buy that online, but please don't. Get the correct item number, which is 469893. And what we do is, because it's Mother's Day, we double the value. So now you've got 4 of the big orange ones, 2 blue ones, and not for £20. Why not? Let's take another £1 off. So £19 for 24 hours only gets you 4 of the big jumbos and 2 blue ones. Phenomenal value. Treat yourself. Because it won't last, and I've got to show you the carpet. By the way, if you're wondering, do I need that many? Think of it this way. Here's one for the car, leave it in the car. Maybe you spill something in there. Here's one for the house you could cut into quarters for dishcloths. The third one, if you've got a dog, it's essential, or leave it under the sink for one of those big spills that may never happen. And or if you've got a cat litter tray, I'm just hearing from my producer, she loves it for that. The fourth one could be a spare, if they're all in the washing machine, or use it for your woolly jumpers.
Woolly jumpers?
In the utility room. Jumpers? Yes, roll your jumpers up in here. When you wash them in the wintertime, they're difficult to dry, aren't they? So the chamois sucks all the liquid out of them, capillary action, and they're dry, same day service, maybe as quick as 20 minutes and they're ready to wear. So that's a fantastic idea. It's actually one that we got from a customer at the Ideal Home exhibition many, many years ago. But all of our best ideas come from customers, and I want to show you the carpet next, because this is the bit that sold me on the Miracle Chamois the first time I saw it. When you've got carpet, you've got accidents usually. Things go wrong once in a while. If you're puppy training, maybe it's a nervous little puppy. We got one for Christmas for the kids. I call him Spot because he leaves one wherever he goes. If you've got a big dog, check this out. We do big dogs too. There's the Golden Reliever. And the worst, Chihuahua, got one of those? Maybe a Chihuahua. The worst animal, of course, and everybody knows one, is the party animal. They come out at this time of night. Could be Uncle Bill with his 12-year-old Scotch. My mate Mark used to come over and love spilling his vodka and Coke all over the carpet. Usually the third one ends up right in the middle of the floor. Could be the kids with their Ribena, little youngsters. Bless them. What concerns me here is not on the top, actually. I mean, that's bad enough. But take a look underneath this carpet. This is what you can't see at home. The hardwood floors have seen better days. This is a massive spill. The first thing you reach for when you spill a drink, at this time of night, another drink, I know. And then the kitchen towels. We all use these though, right? Public enemy number 1 in the domestic environment. You're still going to use them. We can't avoid that, but you're going to use a lot less. Over 2 rolls a week. If you use over 2 rolls a week, you're spending over £300 a year. You use them once, they fall apart, and they go straight in the rubbish. Save a tree. Help the environment, take your chamois, remove any excess liquid. Please remember to use them damp or they won't work quite properly. And that's the first time you'll remember me, of course, the nice man from New Zealand, not Australia. A little bit of pressure with your hands. This is capillary action. It draws the liquid from below the carpet and brings it to the surface. You can see the colour change in the cloth. If that was the last bottle of 12-year-old Scotch and the shops are all closed, don't waste it. Back in the glass, maybe a couple of fresh ice cubes. Some of my friends say it tastes better the second time around. I'm just kidding, but don't try that at home. I know what you're thinking. What about underneath?
What about underneath?
The carpet is going to be bone dry already. This was a massive spill, so we have to do it twice. I have to say, isn't it nice to find something that really works for a change in the cloth department? There's the proof.
Wow.
You use it just once for a big mess like that, and of course it's paid for itself, hasn't it? But you'll use it every day. There's so many uses for them. I know you've got some, Rob.
I do. I still have the original ones that I got off of you at the other place we used to work many moons ago.
Yeah, 6 years, you said.
I think it's six. Was it maybe 5? 5 or 6. Yeah, I mean, they're just brilliant. And
Time to buy some new ones. We can't live on memories.
No, very nostalgic about my miracle chamois. It's now officially 2 a.m. Look what happened.
Wow, how did that happen?
That's amazing. We literally just jumped forward in time. So thank you. Good night. Oh, no. Apparently we're staying on. We are going to do our usual 2-hour broadcast. So we'll be with you till 4 a.m. Which you won't know if you've got your phone, but you'll look at the microwave or one of the manual clocks if you still have them in your home and you go, what? What's happened? Look, you don't have to buy the miracle chamois just because I tell you they're the best cloth money can buy, because that's what I believe. That's my experience. That is how I feel about them. Maybe you'll just buy them because you'll start to realise yourself looking at these demonstrations that they really are as good as David says, as I say, and as many others say. For example, these reviews speak in glowing terms about the miracle chamois. It's a must-have. Look, come on, it's 19 quid. Please don't buy the single. People are buying the single one. Only buy this item number, 469893. 469893. So John said this. He said, while watching your show tonight on the miracle chamois, I knocked over a cup of coffee on my caravan floor. Very wet, big puddle. Of course, I reached for my miracle chamois. Job done. A satisfied customer. What a brilliant product. Thank you, John. And Phoenix Pete says, I love that name. Name's Pete. Phoenix Pete. I ordered some of these a while ago as I do a lot of plumbing. Yeah, these are used in the trade, by the way, for the reasons you're probably about to hear. So he does a lot of plumbing work for his own business. And he goes on to say, I was initially sceptical about whether they would be as good as they appeared. I'm more than happy to say they work brilliantly and have saved me from using paper towels, which I previously relied on. They are well worth getting, and I can't imagine anyone being disappointed with them. Now, if you do work in a trade or have a trade of some kind, these are phenomenal, and they will take a lot of punishment. It might reduce the life of them if you're exposing them to harsh chemicals and such. But if you do need to, or if you spill paint or terps or I don't know, whatever, they will stand up to it.
Absolutely. I don't know about you, Rob, but I'm not very good at the DIY stuff.
I'm not great, no.
So sometimes when it comes to painting, I'm the clumsy guy who stands on the tray and the paint goes everywhere. So
you see,
they will pick up paint.
I do why DIY.
Well, yeah.
I hire someone and say, you do it yourself.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, I don't have a lady that's lenient enough to let that happen.
It could be a lady, could be anyone.
No, it's not the lady doing it. The lady in my life just tells me to do it.
Oh, tells you, I see.
Yeah.
I see, yeah. So here is it being used on the car. Obviously, it is perfect to use on a car because we used to use those horrible, stinky old leather chamois, didn't we? But it will go so much further because you can cut them, by the way, if you want to cut them down. I use them as drying up cloths. I mean, tea towels, why on earth? I grew up with tea towels. Why the flipping heck do we use tea towels? You dry up 3 things and they're soaking wet, then you hang them over the oven door, you know, in the little handly thing, or on a hook or something. And then they dry smelly and mouldy and it's musty and such. And then we go and wipe more dishes with them. To me, it's just madness, I tell you. These, they can go in the washing machine. They will last you and last you and last you and last you. It was 2019, so it was 5 years I've had them because I worked for the other place, I think, starting 2019. They are wonderful. Now, if you buy 2 packs, by the way, if you want to get some for you and some for a friend or a loved one, or if you just want to have a whole big stock for yourself, the minute you go over the £30 mark, you will qualify for using PayPal Pay in 3. Anything between £30 and £2,000. Maybe you'll want to put some Blue Magic in with your Miracle Chamois. Maybe you'd like to put some Fouets Fix, maybe some screen wash. We have all of these fine items available for you tonight. Do you know what? There are 2 things you need in your life and probably never knew you did, but I'm telling you do right now. And this is one of them. The Miracle Chamois is number 1. Blue Magic is number 2. And by the way, they both work brilliantly together. This is about 40 bottles, I think. The deal that we have for you tonight will make 100 of these bottles at the standard dilution of 10 ml. It's a multi-purpose cleaner that will replace just about every bottle of cleaner that you've got. Actually, excuse me, you get 1.5 litres, so we've got a different one on our set. So this is what you get. you get 3 1/2. Someone's half-inched them. That's what's happened, because this stuff never sticks around. So that will actually make 150 bottles of the Blue Magic at the standard concentration of 10 ml. You do get the applicator bottle as well, and the little measuring cup too. It's brilliant. It's food safe. It will cut through grease. What it does is it actually gets under the stain and under the grease and under the fat and dirt and whatever, and it lifts it away. It's super, super, super good stuff. And it's just about the only thing that you need under your sink. The only thing it doesn't do is disinfect. So if you want to disinfect like a bathroom floor, you will need some sort of, disinfecting solution. Also, it doesn't work on chewing gum, and it doesn't work on wet gloss paint. But other than that, it's safe to use all around your home. It's non-toxic. As I said, it's food grade, safe around children and pets, no sticky residue, fragrance-free, solvent-free. It does not contain acids, caustics or bleach. That's why it doesn't disinfect. It will remove germs from their cutting board. So if you've just cut a piece of chicken and then you wipe it over with the Blue Magic, you can then go prepare your salad if you want. And it will replace, this is not an exhaustive list by any stretch, but it can replace multi-purpose kitchen and bathroom cleaners. I'm going to do this fast because it's a long list. Carpet and hard floor cleaners, lino and cushion floor cleaners, tile grouting and ceramic cleaners, oven, hob, air fry, grill and microwave cleaners, garden decking, patio furniture and barbecue cleaners, cuddly toy, upholstery cleaner, stainless steel cleaner, window, mirror and glass cleaners, car, engine, wheel, exterior and interior cleaners, and it's a multi-surface and fabric stain remover as well. Pop some in your washing. Pre-treat your laundry if you've got a stain. Pop some into the tray of your washing machine. It'll clean out your washing machine, and it will also assist with getting rid of the stains from the washing as well. It's really, really good stuff. If you allocate in your mind some space to calculating how many bottles of whatever it is you've got under your sink or in the cupboard where you keep your cleaning products, I bet you've got several tens of pounds worth. This will replace them all for 24 quid, 150 bottles at standard dilution, plus 4.95 P&P. Go to shopontvlive.co.uk. We've got lots of spring. Actually, isn't that on a spring deal? Oh no, it's on a different bundle. Sorry, I've just given the game away. There is a different bundle that is on a spring deal. You can either get that one at £24 with the 1.5 litres, that's 16 pence a bottle. However, if you go to Spring Deals, we have the one with 2 bottles, so that's 1 litre, and the foam, and that's also £24. So look, if you want the foam, it's Blue Magic in foam form, which is great for cleaning your oven, your air fryer, your microwave, all that kind of stuff. Either way, whatever you go for, you will save. It's £24, but with the 10%, an extra 10% off at checkout, you get it for about £2.20, I think it is. Is that right? So, good thing I didn't mention that. Now, the first time I ever encountered this wonder cloth was at SeaWorld in Orlando. And because they had a double act that day, they had Shamu and they had Shammy, Shamu's sister. That's my new joke for the night. What do you reckon?
Was it? Well, okay. Well, I'm glad we got to hear it. Yeah. Let's just say maybe it needs work.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. I got to see Shamu as well. Shamu and Shammy. I hope Shammy didn't get dropped in the pool, because then there'd be nowhere for Shamu to swim, would there?
No, that's exactly.
So this is it, the Miracle Shammy. They're fantastic for washing cars, but these days, let's be honest, most people buy them to use around the home. If you have one of those expensive granite or marble worktops, use it for keeping that clean. You get a wonderful streak-free finish each and every time. They are super, super absorbent. If you're a caravanner or you have a motorhome, take them with you. You wonder how you've ever lived without them if you haven't used them already. I know a lot of our viewers already have these, and they're probably looking at the top of the screen going, is that the right deal? You get that many for just £19? It really is. 4 big jumbos and 2 blue ones is tonight's deal for £19. Phenomenal, phenomenal value. Look at this though. If you spill something, they're just great for saving the day. Maybe a burst pipe. During COVID days, my son, when the gyms were closed, was doing a home workout and pulled a radiator clean off the wall. Flooded the whole downstairs of the house. If it wasn't for these, who knows? They literally can save you hundreds of pounds and big cleaning bills. Sponges work too, we know that, but try as it must, the sponge can't pick that up, and they drip and dribble everywhere. If you think about it, if that's orange juice, for example, you've got a sticky floor now and sticky feet everywhere. Have you ever tried this one where you try and carry it back from the mess to the sink, but unless you've got webbed fingers, it's not going to work. Take your chamois and... Oh, what about these turkeys? What an old turkey. You ever used these before? J cloths. J stands for junk, I think, or joke. The dinner lady's favourite. The dinner ladies need help, really. Look, it's quite good for spreading the mess around. For picking up a spill, doesn't really do anything. Put it in the washing machine once and it's all over. This one you can wash over and over and over. They last up to 10 years if you only use it once a week. If you use it every day, 3 to 5 years. Watch this, though. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, mine lasted 5. It's still
3 to 5 years. It's the only problem I have with them, Rob. You know, they don't last too long. We're going to put something in them that makes them disintegrate, I think, and bring you back to us sooner.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that. But look, picked it all up and it locks it inside. No drips here tonight. Give it a twist. It's ready to use again. In the washing machine if it's dirty. If you get grease or oil on it, they are bleachable as well. Try and avoid bleach if you can, though it's kind of hard on them. But they're tough.
Destroy them.
You won't destroy them, no. But just affects their absorbency a little bit. They're tough, though. You can use them on concrete, on the driveways. But windows, round the home on windows and shower screens, absolutely brilliant. Streak-free finish. What about the carpet? Well, at this time of night, accidents happen on the carpet.
Sorry about that.
Some people don't have carpet, but most of us do. And if you get a spillage like this, you know, you get that sinking feeling. The panic sets in. Maybe you've got friends over for the night. Somebody has that disaster. And you look at them like, I'd like you to leave the house. But you can keep your cool if you've got one of these under the sink, because they literally will pick all of this up. Now, if it's not one of your drunken friends, maybe you've got a nervous puppy dog, maybe you've got kids that behave like animals. The problem is it doesn't stay on the top, and some carpet's very expensive. The guests I have always manage to spill it right in front of the room, in the front of the centre of the room, not on the side. We can put some furniture and get rid of it. Have a look underneath.
But that's your underlay, it's your floorboards, it's the flat down below if you live in a
Correct.
apartment.
It just keeps going. That's what liquid does.
Wiring, yeah.
And if you don't get to it quickly, it'll go everywhere, and it stinks. I don't even care if it's just water. You leave it long enough and it smells bad. So try and get to it quickly. When the panic sets in, you spill a drink, don't reach for the next drink straight away. Reach for something else. And not these. I'm just doing this to prove how bad they are. They're not cheap, are they? They've never been cheap, let's face it, paper towels. No. But now they're super expensive. The big rolls of the good stuff, as they call it, up to £5 a roll. Now, if you use a couple of those a week, well, and by the way, they don't do anything. They're not designed to clean up the mess like this. You'll use a whole roll, the mess will still be there, and there'll be another dead tree in the forest. So, you know, let's do our bit for the environment. Take your chamois, remove any excess liquid so that you're using it damp. That'll be hard to remember if it's a disaster moment, but trust me, they do absorb more when they're damp. A little bit of pressure, just lay it down on the mess, and capillary action takes over. So it draws the liquid from below, brings it to the surface. And there's no other cloth that can do this. If you've got any old stains at home, by the way, maybe an old red wine stain, you could try this trick. Pour loads of soda water over it, go to work with your chamois, you're diluting the stain, and sometimes it brings it out. Going back to that drink that your neighbour spilt on the middle of the floor, don't get mad next time. Get even. Straight back in the glass, 2 fresh ice cubes. Let's face it, they'll probably never know the difference. And yeah, no, we don't recommend that. But if you find little bits of carpet in there and you do try this trick, put it through the coffee filter. That'll get rid of those. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, underneath the carpet, you can see the colours changing back to normal. What we want to see, of course, is the mess underneath disappearing. And I'm pretty sure...
It doesn't even seem possible that it has got anything from underneath.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's no smoke and mirrors here. This is really happening, and you can come and see us live at the show tomorrow in Olympia if you want to see it real. Look at that.
And it's not some special absorbent surface.
Pretty good.
I've seen David pour water on the top of it.
Yeah, there's no hole here where it disappears.
Yeah, it's not a shin limb trick. You know what I mean?
We wouldn't get away with it because we've been doing this for years.
Well,
and there's strict rules we have to adhere to. They wouldn't keep inviting me back.
Yeah.
But no, they're awesome. If you can spare £19, and let's face it, you're going to spend it anyway on things like this and things like this. This is an investment in cleaning merchandise that's going to serve you right, and it'll be with you for a while.
You know what, David? These not only do these stop spills, they stop hemorrhaging money.
Yes,
Because
I like that. They plug the gap.
Plug the gap. The minute you buy them, you don't ever have to spend all of the money you're spending currently on all of the other replaceable, cloths that wear out. And for over 5 years, you probably spent a pretty penny, way more than 19 quid.
Yeah.
So get these now. They pay for themselves, so essentially they're free. It's money you're going to spend anyway. It's reclaimed money, and then you're saving money from the minute you own them.
They cost less than a takeaway meal, don't they, really?
Oh, God, I couldn't even get fish and chips delivered to my door for £19.
Yeah. And the fish and chips, well, moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips, but that's about it.
For 2 months.
You know, some people ask me, Rob, what do we get for our £19?
What do you get for £19?
Let us show you. By the way, look how big they are. 70 by 50 centimetres. They are massive. I'm not a small guy, and it covers half of me. Quarters is a good size to cut them into if you want to use them around the home as dishcloths. We recommend that you keep at least half of the stock that you're going to get tonight in the original size for the big jobs, should they occur. Maybe washing the car, maybe you've got a big spill, maybe you want to clean a giant patio door or a huge window. Keep a couple of big ones, but you can cut them to any size you want. So tonight, super deal. Regular deal is for £20. You get 2 of the big orange ones.
Still going for that.
70 by 50, and 1 blue one for windows. And yeah, it's worth pointing out that you can get this deal tonight if you push the wrong button, you order the wrong kit. There's 6 people apparently that are doing that. Make sure you get the right item number, 469893. And what happens then, if you use that code, is we double the value. So now you get 4 of the big jumbos, 2 blue ones, and it's not for £20. They thought, well, it's Mother's Day, let's knock another £1 off. So for £19, you get 4 big orange, 2 blue ones. Some mothers might not want these for Mother's Day.
They will, because if they have long hair, they will. Because you can dry your hair on there, better than a towel.
Yeah, I mean...
You get a bit of green paper as well, David, that has some special...
You do get a bit of green paper. I seem to be absent from green paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought there was some here. You get a 1-year satisfaction guarantee and a set of instructions. So a bit of a faux pas there. I don't seem to have any.
But if you're saying a satisfaction guarantee for a year, if you're not happy at any point in a year, you just get in touch and...
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, come on.
And guess what? Nobody does. We never get that option used. So there's 1 for the car there. Leave it in the car. Here's 1 for the house. The third one, use it on the dog. If you have a dog, keep them clean. You can groom them with it. Put it under their dog bowl, under their water bowl when they splash liquid everywhere. Yeah. The 4th one, for your woolly jumpers. Jumpers, that's right. Cashmere sweaters, Angora sweaters. When you wash them, they're a pain to get dry, aren't they? You end up using bath towels or hanging them over a chair and you get little dents in them. Take your woolly jumpers, roll them up in a miracle chamois. Get it wet first or damp. And do it twice, maybe 3 times. Your jumpers will be bone dry. If it's a really big one, use 2 of them and make a sandwich out of it.
Dave, could we do a little quick fire round? Let's just come up with as many things as we can quickly that you can dry using these. So you said jumpers, obviously.
Yeah.
Put them under your bath mats.
Yeah, or in the kitchen as well, under the draining tray.
When you do frosting.
Yeah. Put one on the floor if you're bringing the dog in from outside, if the dog's allowed to come in. Dry their paws, dry the dog off. If it's at the beach, you can use them as camping towels as well. Gardeners love them for germinating seeds.
What now?
If you're going on holiday, put a piece underneath the tray of your hanging baskets or your pot plants, and it feeds them liquid when you're away. And then you don't have to get your creepy neighbours over to feed the water the plants.
There's a thing with using the capillary action, a gardening thing you can spend a lot of money on, isn't there?
Yes, they have them in Home Base and other DIY stores. A long strip, very similar to this. But pretty small by comparison. £20 for one of them. So what you do with that is you put your seeds in it, get it wet, roll them up, and your seeds germinate within. So you can use it for that. Gardeners love them. What about washing down outdoor furniture or drying it off? When you get everyone over for a summer barbecue and the heavens open up and everything's drenched, nobody's got anywhere to sit.
Hairdressers use them, don't they?
Hairdressers use them.
A colour or a perm.
We know tradesmen use them, plumbers, of course, and plasterers.
Yeah, painters.
Painters and decorators.
They'll actually clear up gloss paint. If you spill gloss paint.
You can pick up paint with them, put them in a bucket of bleach water and they come back next to new. See how it's leaving liquid behind now? That's because it's full. But you may have noticed I've done about 6 passes on the counter.
Yeah, I've got to say, check out, folks, please. We've got loads of people who have these in their baskets. I'm not going to talk...
They are flying. Yeah, I'm hearing it in my earpiece. They are flying. We're over 10% of the stock gone. So if you've got them in your basket, jump in and get it paid for, and then it's yours. Otherwise, you might wake up in the morning after falling asleep on the sofa and someone's nicked it from you. That's what they do, isn't it? They come and pinch it out of your basket. So we don't have enough to go around of the free set. Sponges drip and dribble everywhere. You get some of it on the floor, some of it in your trousers. That's no good. These, forget about it.
Forget about... Oh, that reminds me.
Use them once, throw them away.
Wet the bed.
Oh, yeah, good for bed sheets as well, absolutely. Sorry. Wherever there's liquid you don't want. Take your chamois, lay it in the mess. Watch this. It absorbs more than any sponge, more than any J-cloth, more than any material. Capillary action. So right before your eyes, it picks up 5 cups of liquid in seconds, locks it inside, no drips. If you haven't used them before, you will bless the day they come through your front door because they're just that good, they really are. And there's plenty of testimonials online. They've been around for over 45 years now, the longest lasting exhibition item. Yeah. And that tells you they've stood the test of time. They last 3 to 5 years if you use it every day, up to 10 years if you use it once a week to wash your car. Notice you get the streak-free finish each and every time. Brilliant. NASCAR drivers use them in America. Why? Thanks for asking. Yeah. They don't scratch the paint. When they get dirty, they go in the washing machine. And it's the dirt that scratches. You get those little fine dirt particles in the cloth. And this one will scratch too. If it gets little bits of dirt in it and you don't clean it, dirt scratches. But this one, you'll put it in the washing machine and it's always clean to clean with. No dirt, no scratches. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Makes sense.
Yeah, so in the washing machine, comes out sparkling new. In fact, if you're going to use it on your car or on your windows, we suggest you put it in the washing machine once before you use it. Don't worry, it'll tell you all this on your green sheet of paper, the instructions and guarantee that come with it. But the reason we ask you to wash it once is it beats it up, gives it a nice skin like this one so it won't leave streaks. Sometimes they come out of the packaging with a little bit of factory fluff. Right. So, yeah, just break them in. If you're just going to use it to pick up a puppy piddle off the floor, you don't need to worry. Just straight out of the box and away you go. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Look, this is how much you get. So maybe you're defrosting the freezer. Maybe you've got a fish tank to empty or a hot tub. Rob's Olympic-sized swimming pool. I know when that drains out, he uses his chamois. Use it as a bath towel. Me, sometimes I take a shower with the curtain on the outside instead of the inside. It's a guy thing.
Well, these have saved my life. I told you that, right?
Use it as a bath mat, yeah.
Well, actually, because not...
For the slipping and sliding thing.
Yeah, sometimes if I accidentally knock the shower screen and I get out the shower, there's water...
You're not going to tell that bit where you've got your bum hanging out again, are you?
No,
they don't need to hear that.
They don't need that. That's the image they don't want in their mind. But a couple of times I've slipped on the tile.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Most of the a lot of domestic accidents happen in the bathroom. Yeah. So I lay these down so that I've got a path of absorbency to literally save me from killing myself.
If you've got kids, you need these. How often does it happen at bath time? You leave them for 5 minutes, come back and it looks like there's been a hippopotamus's party in the bathroom. Try and say that 10 times very quickly. Hippopotamus's party. So sponges work too. They drip and dribble everywhere, though. You can't pick this up with a sponge. Your chamois does the job quick. It grabs the mess and it locks it inside. That's capillary action. Yeah. Made in Germany. You know what they say about those Germans?
They make good stuff.
They make good stuff. Yeah. And the chamois is no exception.
Before you continue, David, can I just...
No drips.
Need to interject and do my job here, I suppose. Please check out. We have loads of you now, well over 100 of you who are shopping online. The phone lines are quite busy at the moment, so if you can go to shopontv.co.uk instead of the phones, then, I mean, you obviously, there is no queue on the website. If you prefer to use the phone, don't worry, you know, we'll get to you as quickly as we possibly can. So whatever you prefer, obviously. But please make sure you check out and pay, and then it'll be on the way, because it does no good to you sitting in a shopping basket. I want to say just very quickly, because I don't want to cut into too much of David's time. This is one of those things where you see it on telly and the sceptical amongst you, and I count myself as one of those. I'm a really sceptical so-and-so. I don't believe anything because I've been there, seen it, done it, and I've seen all the shams. I've seen all of the fakes. I've seen all of the tricks, all the cons. I know it all, having been around this business for a long time. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, yeah, there's got to be a catch, or there's some clever way that David's wringing the cloth out, or he's doing, I don't know, he's doing something. I promise you, and this is why I'm here really as the viewer advocate, I absolutely, hand on heart, on the life of my son, my parents, and all of my friends and those I hold near and dear, everything you are seeing is exactly as it is. It has to be. We're on ITV1. We are the live shopping show for ITV1 between midnight and 3 every single night, and we have tremendous oversight from people like Ofcom, or not people, organisations like Ofcom, and they are the ones that issue broadcasting licence. We are broadcasting on ITV's actual licence. They entrust that to us. So, and also the Advertising Standards Authority, and so on and so forth. What this means is that we have to be accurate and truthful and honest and open and transparent and 100% real about everything we do. That's why we are, and why you can trust us. If you don't have these, you're wasting money every single week or month and year. You just are. Because if you use this, now I use this for serviettes or napkins, whatever you want to call them, you know, they're great for that. But for picking up spills and wiping down countertops and things like that, that's not what they were designed for. And it's a really expensive way to do it. You know what I mean? And again, the other cloths you buy from your departments, not what do you call it, your grocery store or whatever you want to call it. I've just got the American stuck in my head, sorry. They don't last very long. And there's a reason for that. It's built-in obsolescence. They're not supposed to last very long because they want you to go buy more of them. These, honestly, what you see is real. They do work. They are absolutely brilliant. They will last you a good 5 years, I think. And we can't guarantee, it depends what you use them for. But I've had mine for 5 years and they're still going strong. I wouldn't be without them. And once you've got one set, and once you've used the Miracle Shammy, you pay your £19. You've got anything up to 5-10 years worth of usage, potentially, depending on how much you use them, which is pennies a year. And it comes with, even if it only lasts 1 year, you've got a 1 year guarantee with a blooming cloth. And you'll use these for everything. If you want to absorb any kind of liquid, these are for you. So if you are sceptical, please be sceptical, that's fine. But prove yourself wrong, prove me wrong, or try and prove me right, you know, whichever you prefer. Get them while you can. They are one of the best things that every household, literally, in the world should have, I believe. And I celebrate every day that I use mine, because I don't go out and spend crazy amounts of money on kitchen towel, crazy amounts of money on other replaceable cloths. I mean, I don't know what I was spending, 20, 30 pounds a month, something like that. You spend 19, and for the next at least year, but maybe 5, maybe 10, you don't have to spend that money anymore. Add up what that's going to save you. You might even, that's almost a holiday at the end of 5 or 10 years. Seriously. So be sceptical. And if, you know, some people will just say, I don't care. I'm not going to buy them because they're on telly. It's obviously a, you know, it's some kind of whatever. It's not. And you're only going to cheat yourself by having that point of view. But you know, it's free speech and all of that. You do you, babe. But for those who are watching now, if you want something that is the best option that you can get for absorbing liquids, we believe this is it, and I believe that you will believe that too once you've used it. Right, I just wanted to say that. Oh, by the way, well, Ross actually agrees with everything I just said. He wrote in, he's a genuine Shop on TV viewer. I had a small leak in my front room from the roof, and it went all over the carpet. However, used the Miracle Shammy, and it dried instantly, and also helped keep the carpet dry whilst it kept leaking. Just bought some more. They are amazing. You will buy lots of these. Actually, just before we go back to David, thank you, Ross. Was it Christine? So, happy Mother's Day to Christine from Paul and his sisters. So normally it's Christine, it's the other way round. But tonight, Christine, the well wishes are to you and for you for Mother's Day. Diane has asked if I could sing Happy Birthday. It's her 60th. Congratulations. Do you mind very quick? Do you sing? I sing. Happy birthday for Diane.
Birthday for Diane.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Happy birthday to you. What are you doing up at this time, Diane?
Watching us.
She's 60. Well done. It's great to have you with us.
I hope she's having a drink.
I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, and if you spill it, we've got the perfect way to pick it up.
If we lost thousands of viewers, we're sorry about that.
I've got a sinking chair. And apparently I've got to tell her partner, Dave, that she's finally got around to buying the blue magic for the bathroom tiles.
Well done. Good stuff, that blue magic. If in doubt, get the blue magic out. And it's a close friend of the Shammy.
It is.
They work well together. Yeah.
Right, back to you, Dave.
These are awesome. These are made in Germany, and they're great for any hard surface. Windows, maybe you wash the car if you're a car enthusiast or there is one in your family. They are phenomenal. You might have used a leather chamois before, animal chamois. Pretty good, but they dry hard like a rock and they smell like a dead horse eventually. I think it is a dead horse and that's probably why. So I can confirm.
Dead cow, isn't it?
Dead cow, yeah.
It's cow skin.
We can confirm no animals were harmed in the manufacturing of the Miracle Chamois. They are man-made, made of rayon and viscose, the most absorbent material known to mankind. Look how much it holds. If you spill something, you ever walk into a building, a commercial building, and there's a bucket on the floor somewhere because there's a leak in the roof. They can't fix it for like months and months. These are handy for things like that. Maybe you've got a leaky pipe under the sink at home. Maybe you leave the car window down on a rainy day, get a big puddle. Excellent. Sponges work too, we know that, but you can't do the job that a chamois can do with a sponge, just not designed for that.
What? The summer's coming. It's not winter's coming, summer's.
Summer's coming.
You know what I do with mine? I soak them up, soak some water in them, stick them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I've got a cold compress for my brow when the nights get a little sticky.
That's a great idea. Or even in the freezer if it's really hot and you can sunbathe on a hot day with them on your head. Yeah. If you've got a dog in the summertime, you put one on his back to cool him down when it's been in the fridge or the freezer.
On your, what do you call it, your lounge?
On your sunbed, yep. Yeah. Use them as a camping towel, or if you're in a self-catering place, take one with you in your suitcase because they never have the right stuff, do they? Watch this anyway. Lay the chamois in the mess, and like a thirsty camel in the Sahara Desert, it drinks it all up in seconds. No drips, that's what I like about it. It locks it inside. That's got to be handy, doesn't it? You can carry it back to the sink at your leisure. There's no drips on the floor. You wring it out, it's ready to use again. If it's dirty, it goes in the washing machine. They last for ages, 3 to 5 years if you use it every day. Remember, you can cut them if you want to different sizes. You can put them in the washing machine, you can bleach them. Don't put them in the tumble dryer because they shrink, but we'll tell you that on the instructions that you receive. You can
use them with bleach cleaners and bathroom cleaners.
You can use them in conjunction with any chemical cleaner you may already use. That won't damage the chamois. But we try and discourage that because most, chemical-based cleaners have ammonia in them, and ammonia-based cleaning products, they're not good, they're carcinogenic. Shall we do the carpet again? Let's do the carpet again.
So, why not?
This is the time of night.
I noticed you got your deep shag this evening.
Yes, this is the deep shag carpet. Yeah. But it is important to point that out because this is really thick. It's not one of these flimsy little things you'll find in the school hallways.
20% of the stock is gone.
20% of the stock is gone. It's no big surprise, is it?
You gotta hurry. You can't hurry love, but you can hurry ordering the Miracle.
Because too late will be the cry when the man with the bargains has passed you by. Now, if you spill something at home, maybe you have a nervous puppy dog, Spot with the wet tail, a big dog, Rover, the golden reliever. Usually as they get bigger, they become better trained, but then, incontinence kicks in and it all starts over again.
It's fine unless you've got a cockapoo.
The worst animal of all, cockapoo, or you don't want one of those. No. The worst animal of all, the party animal. Everybody knows one. Uncle Frank on a Friday with the 12-year-old scotch. Auntie June with the red wine. The kids with the Ribena. Shall we finish the bottle this time? Let's finish the bottle. That's what my dad always taught me back in New Zealand. Finish the bottle. Take a look underneath the carpet.
Hundreds of you ordering. You've got to
You
check
can
it out.
only imagine this at home.
You don't play.
We know it's there, but you can't see it. It's a mess under there. You've got to get to it quickly or you'll never get to it at all, right? And so when you run in and reach for these, first thing you reach for when you spill a drink, another drink, of course, 2 fresh ice cubes and away you go. We'll get to that later. But what about these? Another dead tree in the forest. And as Rob pointed out, they don't do the job we're asking of them. You only use them once. And as Rob also said, we're not going to tell you you'll never use them again. They are a necessary evil almost in the home for napkins, whatever you want to use them for. But they're expensive. You rip through them and they're not good for the environment, obviously. It's trees. Take your chamois, remove the excess liquid. Hold on, Rob's got a thought.
If you know, at Christmas time or sort of festivities, or if you have Sunday roasts and things, you have friends over.
Yeah.
Put them under the tablecloth, because if people spill a drink, absorbs it straight away, saves your table.
Yeah, and just before you carve the roast chicken, you know, if it's one of those big ones and you put it on the chopping board, and sometimes the juices ooze out everywhere, put one under the chopping board as well. Put one under the dish rack.
Good idea.
You'll find uses for them everywhere, honestly. Condensation on the windows. Let's do the carpet, though. A little bit of pressure with your hands.
Let us know if you have an eclectic...
If it's a puppy dog piddle, don't use your hands, use your feet, obviously. Not on the dog, Rob. No, on the chamois. You wouldn't want to hurt the little thing. You might have one of those chihuahuas. I'll do the other side. That last bottle of 12-year-old scotch, the next time it happens, one of your friends spills it, don't get mad, get even. You just take it through to the next room, pop it back in the glass. This is what we used to do for Uncle Frank back in New Zealand, and he never knew the difference. No. Party on, Uncle Frank. What they don't know won't hurt them. Anyway, underneath the carpet, the floor will be bone dry already. Isn't it nice to find something that really works for a change?
Gone. Quick.
Quarter of the stock gone. They're flying out. Here's the proof. One thing I've learnt in this job, nobody believes the gosh darn thing we say, do they?
No, everyone thinks...
But seeing is believing. Yeah. Wow.
Would you do me a... Oh, you haven't got any... Well, no, you have got water. Can you pour a load of water on that counter just to prove that it's not absorbent?
Yeah.
Carol wants to know if you have to wet the blue one as well first.
Yeah, either of them. It's the same material. Yeah. So we suggest get it wet first and then wring it out. And you might be wondering why. Yeah, because when it's already wet, it disperses liquid through it. And sometimes if you just drop it on the mess dry, it only localises the use of the cloth.
Can you try and rub that in just to show it doesn't go through the blacks?
Rub it in?
No, with your fingers.
Oh.
Try and get the water to go through the, you know. I just want to prove that that is not an absorbent surface.
Yeah,
it's the cloth doing the work. I tell you what, if you're sceptical, but in principle, any intelligent person can see in principle and understand and think that, obviously, if this does what we say and show it does, it's obviously a good thing to have, right? I don't think anyone, you know, unless there's someone with a way different opinion to me or to a lot of other people, is going to say, no, I don't need something that's that useful.
You do need it, use it every day.
If you get this and for any reason it doesn't do what we've shown you, if you can't recreate everything we've done here in your own home, drop the studio an email, studio@shopontvlive.co.uk, and I will personally buy it back from you with my own money.
Rob, I had an idea. Go on. What about a piece in the fridge? In the vegetable crisper. Keeps the veggies nice and crisp.
I've got a slowly shrinking chair.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Very popular.
It'll sort of take moisture out of the air in the fridge, won't it?
It does indeed, yeah, almost like a humidifier within. Yeah. And any mould and mildew that might be there inside the fridge that gathers, it takes that away too. Right. So very useful, very, very useful. In the kitchen, you know, your best mate, basically. You know, we had a request from my producer, by the way, who came up with an excellent idea earlier. She's got kittens. She's got kittens.
She's allowed one of
and they're doing, she's kitty litter, and apparently they're too familiar with the kitty litter tray and they kind of hang out the back and pee on the floor. Oh. So there's one of these under the cat litter tray. But I'll tell you what, viewer, if you've got any woolly jumpers, and I know there's thousands of viewers, but I like to say viewer because it keeps it personal. Take your woolly jumper straight from the washing machine, hand wash usually. There's quite a bit of hair on this.
Yeah, I think that's pussy.
Roll your jumper up in a chamois in 20 minutes, bone dry, ready to wear again.
Leslie's been stroking her pussy cat again.
Oh,
I mean, you know, it's a very friendly cat, I've heard. Yeah. Or is it a dog?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Dog, yeah.
But that's what they're great for. In the utility room, not a bad place to have one. Put one under the sink.
Yeah,
You know, in case disaster strikes. Maybe you'll never need to use it. If you've got dogs, you need these. Sure. We sell loads of them at that famous dog show down in Birmingham every year, which has just been and gone.
It will dry your dog very quickly, because I imagine if you're using a towel or something, which is never very absorbent, then they start shaking their foot, you know, and they're hard to sort of pin down, aren't they, really? So its speed is, or being expeditious is important when it's...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And dogs, you know, when they've got muddy paws and that, all wet and soggy, what are you going to use? You're going to use a bath towel or something, and then who knows, you might end up using it on yourself.
Put a couple down at the back door or the front door. People can put their shoes on them.
Yes, absolutely.
Please.
Leave one in the car. Always have one in the car. Personally, I always spill something. Or if you've got kids, you know, picks up a drink if they spill it.
And there it is.
You'll love them.
You will.
Loads of you trying to buy them right now. Check out your baskets, because we don't have enough to go around. I like to say, jump in. The water's warm.
Yes, indeed. It is a 24-hour deal. You are saving £1. So, well, you're saving more than that. You're actually getting 2 of the large and 1 of the small, essentially absolutely free, because you're, instead of you are paying the same. You would be paying the same as you would for 2 cloths and 1 of the smaller blue ones, but we give you double the offer for the same price, and we've taken another £1 off. It's only for 24 hours. This is one of those products. Look, God, I wish I knew a new way to say this stuff. It's very hard to sort of be original about this and not sound pushy, because I'm really not. And if you don't buy them, fine, don't buy them. But I want you to know, and I remind people this almost every single night, I don't get any commissions whatsoever on this. If we sold 1 million of these, or if you bought 1 million of these, or if you bought 5 of these, I go home having earned the same amount of money. I'm not paid by Miracle Shammy, I'm not paid by Dave, I'm paid by ShopOnTV, a fixed rate for my presentation services. And that's it. So this enthusiasm is not... It's not a paid enthusiasm, it's free enthusiasm, because I am a consumer of this product. I am, and have been for 5 years, a user of this product. I have these in my own home, all around my home, and I use them for all manner of different tasks, including the ones that we've talked about tonight. And again, I tell all my friends about these. I tell all the people I care about. Have you got Miracle Shammy? You've got to get a Miracle Shammy. And do you know what? People come up to me. I could sit here and I could literally bleed all over the place with sincerity and enthusiasm and honesty and truth and justice and honour and all of those good things about a product. And I do when I love it, when I use it. You know that if you've seen me before. And the next day, one of my friends will call me and go, "Oh, I saw you on telly last night." And I'll go, "Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know those Miracle Shammies?" "Yes, yeah." "Are they really that good?" "What?" "Yes! What do you think I'm giving you all this for? I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth when I'm on the air. Do you use a cloth?" I'm asking, seriously. You don't have to answer because I can't hear you, because obviously you're there and I'm here. But do you use a cloth? Any kind of cloth, I don't care what it is. Do you use one? Do you use kitchen towel? I don't think there's anyone watching who would say no to either of those questions. Well, then you're doing it wrong, because you're using the wrong cloth. Kitchen towel, great for napkins, serviettes, that sort of thing. Every other kind of absorbent, supposedly absorbent cloth and sponge and, you know, all that malarkey that I've ever used and that I know of that you can buy in a supermarket now doesn't do this. This is capable of absorbing 20 times its own weight, or up to, in liquid. It's one of the most, if not the most absorbent fabric known to mankind. It absorbs more than anything else that money can buy, that I'm aware of, and that we're aware of. And you're getting it at a bumper deal, a killer price. And again, folks, look, forgive me. But, seriously, just for a sec, right? humour me, if you don't mind. What do you spend, if you're the person responsible for buying the cloths, whether they be disposable or reusable in your home, or tea towels, or towels for that matter, because towels aren't very absorbent either. If you're the person responsible for making that purchase, honestly, what do you spend on kitchen towels a month? Now I'll be honest, I use Blitz, or I use those for napkins. I used to use them for mopping stuff up. I now buy a 4-pack, and that'll last me a good month, probably more. Before, I was buying one of those a week, about £8 for a 4-pack. What do you spend? What do you spend on reusable cloths? So maybe it is J-cloths or something similar. How often do you replace those? And what are you spending? What do you reckon, if I was to hold your feet to the fire and say, what do you spend a year on disposable and reusable cloths for wiping up, washing up, drying up, cleaning up, etc., cleaning your bathroom, cleaning your kitchen, yada, yada, yada. How much? What's the number? What's the figure? I'm sure everyone has, who's playing along, an idea of a rough number, yeah? Is it more than £19? If it's not, I don't believe you. And here's the thing. You get a 1-year guarantee with these miracle chamois. Satisfaction guarantee. If at any point in that year you're not satisfied, you get in touch and they'll refund your money. Boom, right? So your money's safe. And also, when you buy them and you use them even every day for your regular everyday stuff, they could last you up to 5 years. Mine, 5 years. And it's not like they've worn out and they're threadbare and I've got to get more. They're still as good now as they were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So what I'm trying to say is, what would you spend over 5 years on disposable and reusable towels? And if you use them once a week, maybe up to 10 years. What would you spend in 10 years? Do you see where I'm going with this? They do a much better job than anything else that we're aware of that you can buy. And they last for years potentially. So the minute you pay, you're spending that 19 quid. You'll spend that 19 quid this month. You might even spend that 19 quid this week. And then it's gone. And then next week you're spending it again. And the next week you're spending it again. Or next month you're spending it again. Or next month you're spending it again. And so on forever. Not with this. The minute you spend £19 once, you get 4 cloths of the big, 2 of the small, and you're good for at least a year, maybe 5, maybe 10. If that's not enough to make you to want to buy them, I don't know what is. Because I'm sure will still be people saying, nah, he's just, pull the other one. Sorry, can't help you. But if you were my best friend, I'd say you'd be a fool not to buy them. I wouldn't say that to you, that would be rude. I don't know you that well. So check out, for goodness sake, over a third of the stock has gone. You need to order them right now. In fact, what we'll do is while you order, while you go either to 0333 241 241, give them the item number. You need this one, 469893. Because that's the buy one, get one free offer. So just use that. Just ignore anything else that's online. Or go to Shop on TV. Make sure it says buy one or bog off, and it's that item number. Put it in your basket, hit checkout. If you haven't got an account, all we need is your name, address, telephone number, and how you want to pay. You can also check out as a guest as well. Your email address will get you tracking information and so on and so forth. Credits, debit cards, you can use PayPal as a payment option. And if you buy several of these, 5.95 P&P, the first 4.95 is capped. So if you buy 2, 3, 4 of these, you just pay the difference, which is £1 on each order or on each bundle. And once you're over £30, you can also spread the cost interest-free with PayPal Pay in 3. So don't order. It's up to you. But if you know what's good for you, and in this case, I genuinely believe I do, check out now while we have a look at Blue Magic and get some of that too, because it's just as good.
Blue Magic is brilliant. Now remember, that one bottle there, that one 500ml bottle, will make up to 50 spray bottles like this here.
And what but that's only 43 there, by the way. That's less than a third of what you'll be able to make.
Yeah, but ultimately you've got 3 of these concentrates, so that equates to up to 150 bottles of Blue Magic concentrate. Right, how does it work? What does it do? And how effective is it really? Now, first and foremost...
What does it do and how effective
Well, let me just show you, Rob, OK?
Yeah.
First and foremost, for a stain remover, it's second to none in my opinion, OK? But you'll use it for a heck of a lot more than just removing stains. Now, this is a jar of beetroot, OK? And all I'm going to do is hold the beetroot, pour a little bit of a stain onto the carpet like this and rub it in a wee bit, OK? Now, you take your Blue Magic. What you do, you dilute it down to the strength that you require. That's the great thing. So you're diluting it down with regular tap water.
And all instructions are on the bottle.
All instructions,
so you can do regular, you can do a weaker solution for glass and things, or you can do a stronger solution
the
for
dilution
really
rates.
Bad stains. Yeah.
The dilution rates are on the side of the bottle, Rob. Quite right. Now remember, no acid, no bleach, no caustics. It's non-toxic, it's solvent-free, it's cost-effective. I'm spritzing this on now. There we go. It has vanished, just like that. And it doesn't matter whether you've got a rug, a runner, it might be a short or a deep pile carpet, it could be shag, plush, Berber, Chinese or a Persian rug, it could be the leather sofa. Remember, any surface fabric or material, the way in which Blue Magic works, specially formulated in Staffordshire for over 30 years, it lifts the grease, the gunk, the grime. It lifts.
Right.
All the mess to the surface. You can either wash or wipe away. Remember, as long as the fabric is colour fast, it doesn't remove the colour that's meant to be there.
Yes.
Just the stain that's not. Safe to use around children and pets. Non-toxic once again. Food grade safe, so you can use this directly inside your oven, on your grill bars, barbecue grill bars, food preparation area, and then cook on there or prepare food immediately. And remember, about 16 pence per bottle. I mean, it replaces so much. Kitchen and bathroom cleaner, floor cleaner, hard floor cleaner.
We've got a graphic. Look, you know, funny enough, we were racking our brains to go through some of the things it replaces. But look at this.
We scratched the surface.
We did. Multi-purpose kitchen and bathroom cleaners, carpet and hard floor cleaners, lino and cushion floor cleaners, tile, grouting and ceramic cleaners, oven hob, air fryer, grill and microwave cleaners, garden decking, patio furniture and barbecue cleaners, upholstery cleaners, stainless steel cleaners, window, mirror and glass cleaners, car engine, wheel, exterior and interior cleaners, and it's also a multi-surface and fabric stain remover as well, all of those that it will replace. That's just scratching the surface. The only two things we know of it won't remove are...
chewing gum and gloss paint. They're the two.
Now, you can wash your gloss paint that's painted and dry, but it just won't clean up.
It won't lift off the surface.
Well, yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, liquid gloss.
Okay, so what we're going to do first and foremost is make a little bit of a mess on the carpet. It could be the sofa of the arm of the sofa, rather. It could be inside the car. Use it on your car upholstery. Here's a little bit of wax crayon. So we've got a little bit of blue going down there. Let's go a little bit of green here, Rob. You might have spilt something like a spaghetti sauce on the carpet, a cup of coffee, cup of tea. It could be, you know, red wine or rosé wine. Again, it could be something that you've walked in off the street. Not very nice, okay? It could be jam, jelly. It could be a syrup or a sauce. It could be a multitude of things. Now, we put 3 different colours of wax crayon down there. Here's a wee bit of tomato sauce. Now, we don't fudge the carpet.
No, it's not Scotch guarded or specially treated or anything like that. This was cut fresh, literally just before we started the show.
Well, I actually buy offcuts from my local carpet guy where I live, and just cut it down to size, you know, for the demonstrations. Right, so that was a little bit of tomato sauce. Now, ladies, you've had a night out in the town, you're a few sheets to the wind, you've come in, and unfortunately, you forgot to remove the makeup. So, makeup marks, lipstick, mascara.
Yeah, or fake
tan. It could be fake tan or foundation on the bed sheets. Remember, use your Blue Magic as a pre-treatment. And use Blue Magic also in your mop bucket. Use it in your steam mop, your hard floor cleaner, your carpet cleaner. Use it outdoors in your pressure washer or jet sprayer, if you like. So remember, indoors, outdoors, upstairs, downstairs, the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom, whether
the caravan, the yacht, the boat, the
absolutely. We've all got one of those, obviously, on the driveway, haven't we?
Of course you do.
It could be a new stain, an old stain, a fresh stain, or possibly even a pet stain. Now, how much do you buy, how much do you pay, rather, for a stain remover from your local supermarket?
And how often do they not work?
Yeah, or maybe you've hired one of those really good, and they are very good, carpet cleaners.
Oh, the ones that you rent over the weekend?
About 20, 25 quid. Then you've got to buy the solution, okay? And again, I'm not suggesting that they don't work at all. It's just the fact that they only do one job.
Yeah.
So what about if you want to clean your windows, whether you've got Georgian, Sash, Bay or Tudor windows? You might have something like a Velux window. You might want to clean the conservatory from, you know, bird droppings or tree sap. What about that red wine?
This is where I'll be on my hands and knees sucking at the carpet.
With a straw.
With a straw, right.
Can't fault you there, Rob.
But I'll tell you what, so I bought some of these, 2 of these electric spray mops.
Yeah.
And there's a little bottle of solution that goes in the back.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cost a lot to buy the mop, but when it's the replaceable pads and the solution to do the cleaning, by Jove are those things expensive, because that's what they want you coming back for more, obviously. Now I use their bottle, but I unscrew it and I put a concentrated solution of or a diluted solution of Blue Magic in there, and that's my new spray mop cleaner.
Now, how about this? This is black shoe polish, and maybe on the Sunday night you're doing the kids' shoes, getting them ready.
You're getting them, my son.
Or they forgot, and then they've done it rushed on Monday morning, and they've walked across the lounge carpet or the hallway carpet, and
or it spills because it doesn't come out. You press it too hard, it goes everywhere.
Exactly. Right, let's do 2 more stains really, really quick. So what I'm trying to do here is just sort of simulate some of the problems that you might have at home on your carpets, your rugs, your runners. Again, you know, any type of fabric, it really makes no difference.
This is lovely. It's a Jackson Pollock.
It is a Jackson Pollock.
Well, it's a load of old Pollocks.
Right, so I'm going to rub that in.
I've been told.
Now, one last little stain, and this is something you really don't want on the carpet.
Sauce, darling.
A wee bit. Oh, I've got the mascara as well.
Have you?
Yes.
Well, all right. What you do in your own private time's up to you.
Well, only on a Friday night, Rob. Only on a Friday night. Right. So let's just smear a little bit of that Korma sauce inside there. Yeah. Pop that there like that. So now what we do...
Mascara.
We take... let's take the mascara. Let's just pop that there for a second. It is a good one. Again...
Have you done your Worcestershire sauce yet as well?
I have.
Have you?
I have done my Worcester sauce.
I must have missed that one.
You must have missed it. Not paying attention yet again. Anyway, so let's take that mascara. Okay, makeup marks. Again, muddy footprints.
Would it do lipstick as well?
Lipstick. It doesn't anything that's slightly waxy.
You've got lipstick stain on the carpet, though. That's a...
Well...
That begs questions. Well, I suppose mascara does as well, doesn't it?
Right. Now, do remember, you do get 3 of these bottles, and that will dilute down up to 150 of your spray bottles.
So we give you 1 bottle and trigger and a measuring
absolutely,
cup
and a little measuring cup. This is the measuring cup.
So you can do standard dilution. You can do medium, or you can do sort of like a more concentrated solution, depending on the stain. All the instructions are on the bottle. All, by the way, for £24.
Now, ask yourself this question. Is your carpet at home, did it cost you more, should I say, than £24? I would probably say yes, it did. And then if you claim on your house insurance, you'll probably have to pay an excess. And that excess is, you know, it can be anywhere from sort of £50 upwards. Is it not worth having a bottle of Blue Magic in your, in your cupboard under the kitchen sink for those accidents that occur?
It just disappears. The stains, they really do. By the way, if you've ever bought Blue Magic and used it and have ever been under the opinion that it didn't work, you're not leaving it on long enough. If you've got a stain that's been there for a long time, spray it on and leave it for about 8 minutes, and then go at the stain. And sometimes you might have to do it a couple of times if it's a really ground-in stain. It is brilliant, brilliant stuff, though. And again, that replaces just about everything that you can have under your cupboard in terms of a cleaning solution, except for a disinfectant. And the only things it doesn't work on are chewing gum, hard chewing gum, and liquid gloss paint. Once the paint's dry on your windowsill or something, brilliant for cleaning them. So it's just about all that I have under my cupboard, actually. I've got some leftover residual bottles of things that I bought years ago and I've just not thrown out, but I don't use them. I use Blue Magic. Now, if you want some super glue that actually works, and I say that because I bought so many that don't, and then you don't use them for a while, and then suddenly something snaps, and you go, oh, I'll use my super glue, and then you can't get it out because the tube's sealed solid shut. So you snip a little bit off every single time. And also, you spend 10, 15 quid, whatever it is, and you get a teeny little few grams in a tube. Well, forget all of that, because this is Fwurza Fix. The fix that sticks. Fwurza means power or force. This really does work. It sticks to everything except 2 things: polyurethane and polythene. I think those are they. And one of them is what the bottle's made out of. So the glue does not stick to the bottle. Now, you might not think that the Fouet's Fix can handle this. Handle this, but it can. You see? Look at that. It'll even stick your nuts together. I used that joke on when we shot this in Warrington. But no, metal, plastic, glass, ceramics, wood, even untreated wood. It really is very good stuff. And each bottle is 20 grams. It's 5 or 6 times bigger than the brand leader per bottle. And you get 3 of them for 20 quid. And I tell you what, ladies, and I always say this every time I mention the Fouet's Fix, pop a bottle in your handbag when you go out. Because if you're having a bit of a boogie on the dance floor and your heel goes, or you get a split in your shoe or something like that, or the strap on your handbag breaks because, there's been a particularly belligerent man who's attempted to win your affections and you've had to swing your handbag at him. Or you could just be dancing that way. That could be part of your rhythm. Then you've got an instant repair on hand. But one in the car, one in the house, one in the shed, one in your bag. And guys, keep one in your man bag. It's really, really, really good stuff. Right now, and do you know what? It's so good. If you happen to break down, and you've got a forklift handy, you could do this.
So how strong is your Fouet's Fix glue? Well, come and have a look at this. So I'm going to put some, and you only need to use a small amount. There are 900 drops in every single bottle. This is like a plastic PVC tape. So if we stick these two together just here like so, remember you've got time to work with it. Push out all of the air. When you're ready, make sure it's all pushed down. Ideally, you want to leave this for about 10 seconds so it sticks properly and cures properly. But you can see there that I've joined the yellow to the red. That, by the way, is stuck. But how strong is your Fouet's Fix? Shall we show you how strong it is? Because look, we have a car that side. We have my forklift truck this side. Now, how about we try and pull a car with my forklift and the Fouet's glue holding it all together. So let's go forward, as you can see just here. Let's take the strain. Are you ready? And here we go. We're pulling the car with the power of the glue. So how strong is...
And ladies and gentlemen, here is a summary of the Fouet's Fix glue. Industrial strength, cures in seconds. It's a mono-component system because actually the glues that really are strong, usually you have to mix 2 things together to activate. Not with this, no mixing, no heating. Contains no solvents, so bond shrinkage is negligible. Or is it, yeah, bond. I don't know about you, but I used to have terrible trouble with my bond shrinkage. Not anymore with Fouet's Fix. Temperature range of minus 65 to 180. Dries completely clear. It is used by professionals and amateurs, engineers and mechanics, installers, designers, artists, creators, anglers, odd jobbers and restorers. And it is waterproof once dry. Now this is what you can use it on. I'll give kudos to anyone who can spot the repeated item. I'm not going to read all of that out, but as you can see, it's oh no, wait, Leslie's had it fixed. There isn't a repeated thing on there. Oh no, oh, that spoiled my fun. Oh well, but you can use it on all of that, but not. It is good glue. Again, polythene or polypropylene was the other one, and one of them, I think it's the polypropylene the bottle's made out of, so the glue won't stick to the bottle. I mean, everything else, it really does work, and you get a ton of it for, 60 grams of glue for £20. That's a job lot, if you ask me. Now, let's get ready to rumble. If you haven't bought the Miracle Shammy yet, I'm sorry. I feel empathy for you because you're going to be soldering on with this and maybe a J-cloth or 28. You're going to be spending so much more money than you need to and not saving any. And you won't get the full effect of what this can do. If you don't have one of these, you're not getting the benefits of what this can do. because there isn't anything else there's nothing else like it, is there?
And there isn't. You're just going to struggle through life.
Struggle through
without
life.
them.
Life will just be a little bit worse.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll wonder, if you do get them, you'll wonder how you've struggled this far.
Yes.
Anyway, it's Shammy time again.
Shammy time.
They are super, super absorbent, made in Germany, designed for washing cars all those years ago by the very clever Germans. So, fantastic on the car. Use it there. Use it on the boat or the caravan if you're lucky enough to have one of those big vehicles. Rob uses it on his private jet down there at Heathrow.
And the yacht as well.
Yeah. The silver one he uses it on. Yeah, I noticed the grey one was looking a bit dirty the other day.
Well,
anyway, in the kitchen, as a dishcloth, it's the best you'll ever use. Do you have one of those expensive granite or marble worktops, perhaps, that you just can't get rid of the streaks on? Keeps your counters clean, bacteria and virus free, wonderful around the home. When it gets full, it leaves a bit of a trail like this. So we'll wring it out and we'll show you how much we got.
Yeah. Just justify
so handy around the home.
Virus and bacteria thing, because it wipes it away. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, if something's left there, it's going to breed, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
you wipe it away.
Wipe it away. Use it, maybe a disinfectant with it. But back in COVID times, you know, it was a good selling point.
For sure.
Well, it always is.
Well,
really,
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Germs are germs, right?
Yeah. So you spill something around the home, if you've got kids, you need these. Maybe it's bath time and they play Titanic or battleships and make a mess all over the floor, water everywhere. Sponges work too, but they do tend to drip and dribble themselves, make a bit of a mess on the floor. J cloths, the same. J stands for joke. Junk. Spreads the mess around really well. They call them handy wipes in America. Handy for what? And for picking up spills, what a turkey. Take your chamois, lay it in the mess. It loves liquid. They absorb up to 20 times their weight, like a thirsty camel in the Sahara Desert. Other deserts are available, thank you, Rob. And it locks it inside. There's no drips here. See, brilliant. You see, if that was orange or apple juice, you don't want it dripping all over the floor. It's a good clean job. And you just use it again and again. If it's a massive spill, they just work. They just work. Use the whole length. Pull it in one direction on your windows, on your shower screens, patio doors, the windscreen of your vehicle, because, well, 90% of NASCAR drivers use them. They can't be wrong. Surely they spend more money on paint than we do on our cars. Beautiful finish. Great gift for Christmas or for Father's Day or Mother's Day, birthdays. Mother's Day, I get it. I get it. You maybe not. Mums don't want to get these for Christmas, but
not to
for Mother's Day, but
for their hair, their jumpers, they are useful, but probably not the ideal gift for a mum.
No, it's too. Yeah. Anyway, happy Mother's Day if you are one. If you spill something on the carpet, they're brilliant for that. Maybe it's a nervous puppy dog. You're in puppy training, which requires patience. Which I'm not famed for. I don't know about you, Rob. Or maybe it's one of the drunken neighbours come over at this time and spill a drink on the floor, or the kids with their apple juice or their Ribena, the little monster. I mean, youngsters, this is Diet Coke. It could be anything at your house. Tea, coffee, wine, water, beer, doesn't really matter. It all smells bad.
Sorry, David, they've put a thing on the screen. Do you want to read it?
Hey guys, I watch you sometimes and I'm amazed with the items on screen tonight. And I've just bought the chamois and blue cleaning product and can't wait for them to arrive and test them for myself. Did we get Jay? Thank you, Jay.
Yes,
You've made a wonderful decision.
You have. Very smart.
Smart guy.
Yes, yes.
Thanks for joining us, by the way.
Thank you.
And have a look underneath this carpet. So when disaster strikes next time, don't run off to the kitchen and get your paper towels or a tea towel because they don't do the job. And these things, crikey, this is what we call cash in the trash. You use it once. I find it's like watching your money get wet right before your eyes, watching it fall apart, and then you throw it in the bin, which goes to landfill, and then you go and get some more. Cash in the trash. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Take your chamois, use it over and over. When it gets dirty, it goes in the washing machine. Instead of something that lasts 5 seconds, here's a product that lasts 5 to 10 years. And it works 500 times better than a kitchen towel, but I'll let you be the judge. We use a little bit of pressure with our hands. If it's a puppy dog, Pit'll use your feet. Not on the puppy, on the chamois. Look, the stain's nearly gone. That drink, no need to waste it. Right back in the glass. Some of my friends say it actually tastes better the second time around. We do things a little bit different in New Zealand. I'm just
I
kidding.
suppose
Of course
if you
I am.
soak it in bourbon, that...
Yeah, well, you don't want to waste it. Scotch is expensive, and if the shops are closed, yeah,
especially with tariffs.
you have to do it twice because that was a big spill. So underneath the carpet, this is what we want to see. The floor is going to be bone dry. Underneath the carpet, the car won't rust. The floorboards won't rot. Use it just once for a spill like this, and you will bless the day it came through your front door. They're just that good. They really are. Treat yourself. I know it's very busy. We're over like 40% of the stock is gone. We're into the last hour of the show, the busiest hour of the show. 469893 is your item number. Don't get the wrong one. Treat yourself. Check out your baskets. And by the way, if you're wondering what we get tonight, what do we get tonight? Here's what you get tonight, viewer. Your regular deal is for £20. You get 2 of the big jumbo sheets. And when I say jumbo, I mean jumbo. 70 by 50 centimetres. They are humongous, which is another one of those new words, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can cut them into quarters. Instead of this deal, by the way, which also comes with a blue window chamois, a $4.99 value, that's a terrific deal. We don't apologise for that. We just made it a heck of a lot better tonight. So that's
£20 on our website.
£20 on the website, and you can order those. But for 24 hours only, here's the deal. We double the amount and take £1 off. Don't ask me. Doesn't make any sense. I think the folks at head office have been on
Dave's
the gin
not
and
wearing
juice
any
again.
trousers.
So 4 big orange, 2 blue ones, £19. Fantastic. So 1 for the house, 1 for the car, 1 for the dog, or you could put it under the sink in case disaster strikes. 2 window chamois, and a big jumbo spare one for the utility room, for jumpers. Woolly jumpers, cashmere sweaters, roll them up in a chamois, and they're dry in no time, ready to wear. Saves on dry cleaning and wet towels all around the home. So you get all that for £19. 4 big sheets, 2 blue ones. What are you waiting for?
Indeed.
It's phenomenal value.
Hey, Dave, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange juice.
Orange juice who?
Orange juice, glad to see me.
That was not bad for you. Better than the last one.
You know, it's just when you mentioned the orange juice, it got my brain thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, can I very quickly ask you a question? This is a genuine question. I know I can't hear your answer, and, you know, you have me at a slight disadvantage, or I have you at a slight disadvantage. Do you have a toolkit in your home? So it could be a little one, could be a spanner or 2 and a screwdriver here and there, maybe in a drawer. Or maybe you've got a little tool set like I do that, you know. Do you use it every day? Probably not, no? Well, why'd you buy it then? Well, because sometimes, every now and then, you might need it. So what about the tin opener? Do you use that every day? Probably not. The toaster, do you use that every day? Probably not. There are probably so many things in your home that you use occasionally. Most things, I would say even, you could argue, you use occasionally. What's one of the things you use every day? Cloth or a towel, right? At least every other day. And so if you're saying, well, you know, why should I buy this now? It's 19 quid. You're going to use it every day. But it's like if I said to you, okay, what you're doing right now, if I could make that 10 times easier for you and save you 50 times the money you're spending now, you'd say, well, all right then, okay. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Unless you're a complete masochist. Well, that's what this deal essentially is. Now, I'm using, imaginary numbers, but you pay 19 quid, you're done. You don't have to buy another cloth potentially for years, unless you buy more of these. And the minute you buy these and you've got them in your home, you're not spending money constantly on any other types of cloth that are either disposable or reusable. To me, see, I'm very logical, and I can't fault that logic. And I know that no matter how logical I am, there's always someone that manages to unthread my logic. So I know not everyone's going to buy these. Again, I don't get any commission. If you don't want it, if you don't believe us, don't buy it. But if you've got even an inkling that we're actually telling the truth, which we are because we have to, and we want to even if we didn't have to, then for goodness sake, check out, buy it, pay for it. If you don't pay for it, we're not going to send it to you.
You make a very good point. Yeah. because I think a lot of people sit there and think, can we afford it? And I know money's tight right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But you are going to spend it anyway, and they will save you
more.
money. They
Yeah.
will save you money.
If money's tight, that's exactly why you need this.
Yes, and you are going to use it every day. Why would you think, well, how often do I reach for a cloth? We don't think about that.
Every day.
The fact is, pretty much every day you use a cloth. And why not have the best? Because this is the best.
We believe it is.
No, this is industrial standard cleaning merchandise brought to you at knockdown wholesale prices
German
tonight.
engineering.
Yep, made in Germany. Not just using German technology and getting it made in China, which often happens.
Yeah.
These are actually made in Germany. I've visited the factory myself.
Speaking of which,
So-
you've been knocked off, haven't
You
you?
know they're good. Sorry?
Been knocked off, haven't you? Apparently someone's fake.
Yes, there's a bit of piracy happening online, so be careful.
Yeah. Buy it from us,
When you
you know
get to
it's
the
legit.
checkout, make sure if you're buying from us, you're safe. If you're online on social media, make sure your money's not going to a Chinese pirate, because it has been happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Has to
won't
say
dwell
that.
on that,
No.
but listen.
Made in Germany. It has to say that on
This
the
cloth is full now, so I'm going to wring it out and give you an idea of how much it'll pick up. They absorb up to 20 times their own weight. So when something goes wrong, or maybe you're just picking up a little drip and dribble here and there, sometimes we need a mop. For floor cleaning, it's awesome as well. Maybe somebody's dropped a drink and you think about it, well, do you want to drag out a mop and the bucket and fill it up with detergent and then go through the whole process? By the time you've done that, your chamois will just pick up the mess and straight in the washing machine. You use them all over the home. Condensation around the windows, bath mats, put them in the kids' shoes when you send them to school in the rain, keep them clean, use them on the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use them on me.
Germinating
if I'm eating
seeds.
a particularly wet food in front of the telly, I put one over me, almost like a napkin.
Yeah. Like an eating athlete.
And eating, exactly. Great for lobster or crab.
No drips.
Yeah.
No drips.
Oh, Ella. Hello, Ella. They're having a girls' night, and our favourite thing to do is watch your show. Well, thank you very much. You need to get out more. I'm just kidding. No, have your girls' nights in. They're much more fun, I'm sure. The whole gang have just bought some more chamois. Yay!
Oh, thanks, gang.
You can't wait to chamois it up.
We appreciate that.
And they said, now, David, I always like it when someone says this, the jumbo version looks amazing. Are they comparing us, I wonder?
I'm not sure. It's just that kind of night where innuendos come out, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But awesome. Good investment, ladies. You might have had a few and you just think, oh, is this going to be one of those ones where you wake up in the morning and go, what have I ordered? No, it's not.
No, you'll be glad.
You'll be glad. You'll bless the day they come through your front door. And a little tip, don't lend one to a neighbour or a friend, because you won't get it back.
No.
The nation needs these.
And my producer just said something, but she's so quiet, I didn't hear
You get a lot tonight. Yeah, you get 4. So.
Oh, Lauren has asked. She bought some expensive towels from a well-known department store. Will these do the same job? No, they won't. They'll do a far better job. You could buy the most expensive towel on the planet. Now, look, when you get out of the shower or the bath...
But did she buy a bath towel or did she buy a cleaning towel?
Was it a bath towel or a cleaning towel, Leslie? Did she say? Was it
Bath towel or cleaning towel? Yeah. Well, if it's a bath towel, you don't want to be using it for this.
No, and even cleaning towels, like a tea towel type, they're not as absorbent as this.
And even if it did half as good a job, the problem with big fluffy bath towels is they're harder to get dry, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
Put them in the dryer or through a wash cycle. If you hang them up, they take ages.
No, I'm
to
not
dry.
suggesting
This will dry in 20 minutes on the back of a chair.
You're not going to get out of the bath and wrap yourself in this necessarily, although you might for the kids at the pool or whatever.
When you're camping, fantastic for camping.
Sure, yeah. For the do you know what thank you, Paul. Director Paul just said. So when I go to the gym, which believe it or not I do sometimes, I'm about to start going again. But when I was running 6 miles a day, 6 days a week, which I did the last time I lost 100 pounds, I cut a section. I cut one of my chamois into quarters, and I take one as a sweat cloth because it absorbs the sweat really well.
Yeah. Any liquid that you don't want, you need a chamois.
Yeah.
Around the windows for condensation. Leave one in the car. Keep your windscreen clean if you're driving home or you're on your way to work in the morning and there's been a frost. You know, it's important that you keep your vision clean. And you know yourself, you try and use your hand or a bit of tissue or something, it just makes it worse, spreads it around.
Yeah, headlight.
Yeah, keeping your headlights clean. For cars, they're awesome. For washing the car or just spot cleaning it.
Well, I was going to say, if you drive for a ride-sharing service or a limousine or something like that, as we get into wedding season, which is coming up, the bride and groom could be in tying the knot. And if you get a little light shower or even a downpour, you can have the Rolls Royce or whatever it is, the car all dried off by the time they come out, ready to start their life of bliss.
Yes, and the wedding photographer would obviously have one in his kit for using on lenses. We use them on the cameras here.
Great on glasses, little bit for cleaning.
Yeah, absolutely. Eyeglasses, keep your vision clean. Could save your life. And mine, I'm walking home tonight. Rob's walking to the bus stop.
Yeah.
I want them to see the carpet, Rob. Can we do the carpet?
Of course you can.
Let's
Don't
do the carpet. Does this ever happen in your home? This could be a nervous puppy. It could be the kids with their Ribena. It could be a big dog. You got a Great Dane? Maybe you've got a Chihuahua or an Irish Wetter. But the worst animal of all comes out at this time of night, the party animal. Everybody knows one. You know, up there in Scotland, it could be the Iron Brew on the carpet. We've got a lot of followers in Scotland.
Oh dear,
What doesn't matter what it is, as I say, it'll pick up any liquid, but you've got to get to it quickly. Maybe, you know, the drunken neighbours, or on the girls' night out, someone knocks over red wine. That's a bad one, isn't it?
Girls' night
red
in,
wine.
ladies.
Girls' night in, yeah. Well, have a look underneath this carpet. This is what you can't see at home. You can only imagine. The first thing you reach for when you spill a drink, another drink, I know, especially at this time. But look, kitchen towels, I'm not saying you'll never use them. You're going to use less, though. They don't do the job we ask of them. Save your money. And a tree.
Can I just ask the girls who are having, ladies having the girls' night in, Ella and friends, whenever you hear the word camel, how long have we got left on the show?
Like a thirsty camel, it picks the liquid up. Like no other camel can. Yeah, the best camel of them all. Look, a little bit of pressure with your hands, and then just flip that camel over, and on the other side, picked up all that liquid, and wring that camel out. No more drips, and by the way, straight back in the glass, 2 fresh ice cubes.
That camel out. I never thought I'd hear that on telly.
Fantastic. Wow. Back in the glass. Look, underneath the carpet, it's going to be bone dry already. Isn't it nice to find something that really works for a change? What was that?
Are you a big fan of the Queen? You know, Camilla.
Oh, yeah.
No, Camilla.
Camilla, yeah, not really.
I'll shut up now.
Anyway, well,
I like having a little tomfoolery with you, but I know you're here to do a job, so I'm going to let you do it.
Yeah, I better carry on, because I get distracted, you know, at this time of night.
You're tired, I know.
Believe it or not, it's quite hard to talk about
I know, and you've been
cloths
doing this
for
all
2.5 hours.
All
But I think we're doing all right.
No,
I did just hear over 50% of the stock is gone.
Is that right?
It comes as no surprise, but if you're thinking about it, don't dilly-dally, jump in, because you might miss out. Underneath the carpet, check it out. Bone dry. Absolutely brilliant. Treat yourself. Jump in, get them, you won't regret it. And you'll be writing in with many of our other customers, emailing in with testimonials as to how much you love them, and tell us any new uses you might have them around the home.
Yeah. And actually, I think technically it's half of the last quarter of the third of the original 3/4 of stock is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So not much left.
No.
Basically.
Seriously, do check out, please. I know. I never thought I would spend half my life saying, "Check out your baskets. Check out your baskets." I mean, if you want to buy something, you got to pay your money, you know, folks.
Yeah, I don't know why it happens. It's a regular thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
You know, we often
some
find
people fall asleep. I get that.
Yeah, maybe you just fall asleep on the sofa, but if it's in your basket and you don't actually hit the pay now button, the problem is it happens a lot. People miss out because someone else comes along and pinches it.
You did this at a show years ago.
Yeah.
And I've seen you do it. But then when we worked together at the other place, one go round, and I was like, okay, right, I've got to have these. And everything that David says and does and shows you is legit, and they're really that good. I feel like I want to convince you, but not because I want you to buy it, but because I want you to benefit from what it does.
You know, we had a lady come up to the stand at the Ideal Home exhibition a few days ago, and we filmed the testimonial. We can't use it here on the show, but a lot of ladies, just like her, they come up and say, we buy them every year. You're the only reason we come to the show.
Yeah.
And it'd be hard for you to believe that. It was hard for me to believe it when I first heard it. I just thought she's being kind. But then you hear from so many of them that it is the case.
Yeah.
They buy it every year. So it stood the test of time. That's the point.
Yeah.
It didn't turn up last week. They've been around for over 40 years.
Yeah.
And the longest standing exhibition item that there is. So
Yeah, I know.
you're in safe hands.
You are.
And it is phenomenal stuff. So you can use it wet, you can use it dry, use it inside, use it outside. It goes in the washing machine when it's dirty. There are just so many uses. They're so versatile. Round the home and
They use these on the International Space Station.
I'm sure they do.
By the way, everything I just said there is completely true except for the facts.
Don't bother with a sponge. Just to show you the comparison, they're about the same size, but sponges drip and dribble everywhere. Yeah. Watch this. Look at the difference. This is capillary action. You lay it in the mess, and like a liquid vacuum cleaner, drinks it up and locks it inside.
170 people need to check out. Isn't that mad?
There's a lot of people with them in baskets, right? Look, no drips.
If they all sell out, we won't. I don't know if we'll even have any stock left, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean... It's happened before. It often happens. That's the idea about selling out. There is none left. No. It's happened with you and I many times, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know you'll reorder more and you'll be back in a few weeks, but you need to use these later this week.
It's the deal, though. That's what.
That won't be.
That's what unusual. What is unusual? Yeah. Usually it's £20, and you only get 2 big orange and 1 blue. And now we've doubled it, and it's £1 off. So jump in. You'll have them by Tuesday. You order them now. You could tell if you want to. Give it for Mother's Day, you could say, oh, I don't know what happened, it's lost in the post. They'll go out on Monday, you should have them Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, no more wasting money on paper towels, J-cloths and all that other junk that you probably got under the sink at home. Designed to use once. I tell you what, treat yourself to some Miracle Shammies, the good stuff. And as I've said, you can cut them down to any size you want. They always dry soft, they never dry hard. Yeah.
Miracles do happen. Just make sure they're nice and damp before you use.
Yeah, get them wet first and wring them out.
Yeah.
You get a full set of instructions and a 1-year satisfaction guarantee.
1 year satisfaction. Next time you go into your supermarket, take whatever you normally use and go up to the manager and say, can I get a 1 year guarantee on these, please? And see what they say.
And watch them laugh.
Yeah, watch them laugh, exactly.
I mean, you know yourself, viewer, you've probably never ever bought a cloth with a 1 year guarantee.
No.
And
there are some products, there aren't many products in the world that are so good that that it is a long time. You know, there are businesses that have actually gone out of business because they made a product so good that they didn't have enough repeat business to sustain them.
Yeah, they last too long.
They last too long.
It's almost a problem with these, but nothing lasts forever. But your Miracle Chamois, if you use it every day to wash your dishes, it'll last 3 to 5 years. Once a week to wash your car, it should last up to 10 years. I had a gentleman come up to me at the show and say he'd had his for 25 years.
It's true.
I had to look him in the eye and say, time to buy a new one, because we can't live on memories, sir. But they do last a long time. If you leave it in the closet and you never use it, it's guaranteed for life. You never need another cloth again.
So who does? Lee would like to know, will it leave his car windows streak-free?
Indeed it will, Lee. If you've just tuned in, I did say earlier what's important is, and this is on the instructions, if you're going to use them on your car or on windows, a true surface like that, put them through the washing machine once when you first get them. It just breaks them in, gets rid of any factory fluff, and they form this nice skin, so they don't leave streaks. Very important. If you're just going to use it to pick up a regular spill, you don't have to worry about that. But please don't put them in the tumble dryer, they shrink. And try and avoid fabric softener because that affects their absorbency a little bit. But again, that's all on the instruction sheets.
Can you use them for waxing as well?
Yes, for waxing and polishing, that's one of the few jobs you'd use them dry.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, and for detailing on the dash and that, you don't need to get them wet then because they're not picking up liquid really.
Yeah.
But
you know, give one to your kids. I used to go washing cars in the summer.
Yeah.
Make a bit of pocket money. You know, they're so good. Because actually, you don't have to have a separate cloth and a separate chamois.
No.
Because in the old days, you did. You had to have the chamois was just for drying, wasn't it? You know. Yeah. So my producer has just asked me to do a little reminder to buy. We'll just wait for the camera to get here. Buy. So
That was quick and easy, wasn't it? Anyone can do that.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
why we pay them the big bucks.
I've been very verbose this evening. Let's do a couple of reviews. Let's do a couple of reviews. Here's one. Here's the first review. John says, while watching your show... Now, but this is a repeat of one that we did earlier, just in case you're wondering if John twice knocked over his cup of coffee. He didn't. It was just the one time. While watching your show tonight on the Miracle Shammy, I knocked over a cup of coffee on my caravan floor. Very wet big puddle. Of course, I reached for my Miracle Shammy. Job done. A satisfied customer. What a brilliant product. And Phoenix Pete says, I ordered some of these a while ago as I do a lot of plumbing work for my own business, and I was initially sceptical about whether they would be as good as they appeared. I'm more than happy to say they work brilliantly and have saved me from using paper towels, which I previously relied on. They are well worth getting, and I can't imagine anyone being disappointed with them. It's getting a bit Jeremy Clarkson towards the end there, I thought. Who wants to be...
Just a better looking version.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah. Baby Jesus.
Miracle Shammy, folks. Look how big they are. Keep them in their original size if you're going to use them to wash or dry your car. They're brilliant for that. If you've used an animal chamois before, they're pretty good too. I'm not here to knock anyone else's product. The problem with the old animal chamois is they dry hard like a rock, and you can't throw them in the washing machine. So this one, it always dries soft, never dries hard. Chuck it in the wash, and...
Katie from Scotland says she loves them.
Of course she does.
Of course you do,
Thank you for writing in, Katie. Thank you for your business.
Yep.
And spread the good word.
Indeed.
So in the kitchen, cut them into quarters. They pick up liquid like nothing else. If somebody drops something on the floor, or maybe you're just keeping the counters clean, put one under the dish rack for draining, under the draining
I polish
rack.
my shoes with mine.
Polish your shoes with them? Yeah, good. I actually put a piece in my shoes.
Do you?
Yes, when I demonstrate, sometimes it slops all over the place, the liquid, and you get wet feet.
Oh, well, you don't want wet feet. Two things, you don't want wet feet or cold feet.
Did you hear what our director just said? You lose a pint of water a day out of your feet.
Do you?
Really? That's...
Oh, you lose that. I didn't know that.
That's
why you get wet
interesting.
socks and smelly
Tonight's
feet.
interesting fact for you.
You lose a pint at night.
Look at how much liquid there is here.
I know.
Look, and so
That's
about 5 cups of water.
Yeah.
So if you've got a big spill, who knows? Maybe the kids have spilt liquid after they've had a bath, or you leave your car window down. Watch what happens. Unlike a dripping sponge, this thing absorbs 20 times its own weight, or somewhere close to that.
Camel.
Like a thirsty camel in the desert.
A thirst. Should we say it together? All together. Thirsty camel.
Thirsty camel. Oh, together. Thirsty camel.
Thirsty camel.
Anyway, look, no drips. If those girls are still watching, they won't be able to see us by now.
They won't be watching.
There's no drips here.
On the floor.
Anyway, give it a twist. Use it again. Use the whole length if you're doing a big job, like the windscreen of your vehicle.
Yes.
Why, you could do the windscreen, the bonnet, and the boot without even wringing it out, because they are super absorbent.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Want to do the carpet? Should we do the carpet?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do the carpet.
Yeah. Haven't seen that for a while.
Nervous little puppy dogs. Spot with the wet tail. We've got a puppy for the kids. I call him Spot because he leaves one wherever he goes. And it's not their fault, but it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
The neighbour's got a bigger dog. Doesn't matter what it is. Puppy dog pee or red wine on a night in.
Yeah.
This is a lot of liquid. This is a big spill. This is a 2-litre bottle. We've used half of it. So if you get a spill this big on your carpet at home, you know you're in trouble. And this is not a thin piece that would be easier for us to clean. This is a big, thick shag. Underneath the carpet, disaster.
Disaster.
The floors are going to rot. The car could rust. The car will rust if you leave it there long enough.
True, yeah.
So instead of running off and getting these things, they fall apart.
Plant pots.
Use them once. Waste of time, waste of money. Save a tree, take your chamois. By the way, if you're a gardener, use them for germinating seeds. It is that time, isn't it? For
yes, I think it is.
Planting and stuff. And put them under your hanging baskets or in the tray of your plants inside. It feeds them liquid if you're going away. Watch this, a little bit of pressure with your hands. If it's a puppy dog piddle, step on it. Look, not the dog. No, you wouldn't want to hurt the poor little thing. See the colour change in the cloth, though?
Yeah.
So we'll see what we got in, 15, 20 seconds? This is the thing, it works fast. It draws the liquid from below, brings it to the top, and that drink you could put right back in the glass. Nobody will even know. Get any little bits in it from the carpet, put it through the coffee filter.
I like a little texture in my drink.
I like to help out with some hot tips if I can. Anyway,
Do you?
underneath the carpet, the floor is going to be bone dry already.
No way. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, it actually blows my mind every time I see it, and I've been doing it for years.
I know. I know.
It's definitely one of those wow moments where the, words,
I'm just thinking, if
pictures
you're,
speak louder than
you've
words.
got horses, I imagine you could probably use them, you know, I don't know if you'd put one under the saddle or...
Sweat scraping, I think they call it.
Scraping, is that
Yeah, when they come back from a run, you've got to get all the sweat off their back. So I've been told by the horsey
You're
fraternity.
a farmer, I imagine these are wonderful around the farm.
I don't know how you could live without them on the farm. Plumbers.
Yeah, yeah. It is good stuff. I mean, look, they're the cloths I use. I wouldn't use a cloth if it was a load of old rubbish. And I've been using it for 5 years. And it's the same set of cloths. I haven't bought new ones. They are the same ones I got from David 5 years ago. On another channel, in another time, another place, prior to the pandemic. £19 is the price, an extra £1 off. Remember, you are getting double the deal. It's a buy one, get one free, so you get 6 cloths in total, 4 of the large, 2 of the small, as opposed to £20 for just 2 of the large and 1 of the small. And we take an extra £1 off just for good measure, but only until, is it 3 a.m. tomorrow morning? Yes. I know we are on it, it's almost 4, but that's because the clocks went forward. It's still really 3 o'clock, isn't it? Or almost. And happy Mother's Day as well. Welcome to spring. Do you know, I was really hopeful the weather would stay nice and warm. And it's got really cold. I'm going to freeze me what's-its off going up to the bus stop after this, but never mind. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I've got a bit of padding. Now, Blue Magic is very good. I use that as well. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need to say any more because I'm going to snap my fingers and I'm going to magically transform myself to our Warrington studio, change my clothes, gain 2.5 stone, and I'm going to greet John Campbell there. Ready? Here we go.
Right, so here's a kiddie's school shirt. Maybe you know, your fountain pen has leaked. Maybe you have gone out for a lunch, a business lunch or a personal lunch, and you've spilt something like coffee down your top or, you know, spaghetti or whatever it might be, or even possibly the oil from your garlic bread. Whatever it might be, there's loads of different things, right? So that's a brand new, fresh shirt.
Yeah, again, untreated, it's out the packet, exactly as you would.
You know why
if
it's
you
out the
just went
packet?
yeah.
Because I don't know if we can zoom in on this, but that's the little plastic clip that I forgot to take off the arms. You can see there where it's straight from the pack. Right, now have a look at this. This is beetroot once again. So beetroot, it could be blood, it could be a multitude of different
we
stains.
always get emails about bodily fluids.
Yeah.
And so I know that sounds weird, but yes, any bodily fluids, this is great on. Just
Maybe
so
you have a youngster
Yeah.
that's potty training and they've had a little
Right.
accident, you know, in bed at night.
one or two.
1 or 2. So
Yeah.
use your Blue Magic, obviously on your mattresses,
If you've had a
on
little
your
bleed,
bedding.
or maybe you know you've had a large pimple, and you've
Yes.
turned over in the night on your pillowcase and it's popped.
Yeah, maybe you've
So
had a
all of
nosebleed
that.
in the night or anything of that
A bit
nature.
of vomitus in the back of the car. This is great for that too.
Right, so here's a little bit of blue ink, okay?
Yes.
So we're going to take the blue ink, Rob. Again, remember, it's so cost effective, non-toxic, solvent-free, no acids, no bleach, no caustics. It's safe to use around children and pets as well.
And you said this is used commercially in kitchens. So what kind of places? I know there's a very famous burger chain that uses it to clean all their milkshake machines and stuff like that, isn't there? But it's used, you say, in hospitality. So what sort of food places use this?
Absolutely. So, you know, big food preparation factories.
Commercial
pubs,
kitchens.
clubs, restaurants,
Right.
hotels, hospitals, schools, shopping centres.
Wow.
Big blue chip companies.
Yeah.
And you know, if you go into your local shopping centre, you'll see the cleaners walking around with a clear bottle. It's got a blue solution inside.
Yeah.
The chances are it will be Blue Magic.
Or if it's there's another colour it might be as well, isn't there?
Pink.
So if it's a pink solution, that is basically Blue Magic, but just pink colour.
Right, now what we're going to do here, I'm just going to lift this up so you can see this at home, okay? You can see it's a real old mess. And I've gone to town.
It's a Rorschach test.
Yes.
Or is it Rorschach or Rorschach?
One or the other.
One or the other.
But it's a 50-50, isn't
Yeah.
it? Right, let's take the Blue Magic. Now, remember,
see my mother.
You can dilute it down to the strength that you require. If it's really, really bad, the stain, the mess, whatever it might be, spray your Blue Magic on. If it's really bad, leave it for several minutes to go to work. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to wash this immediately. I'm going to let the Blue Magic. There's a little bit of tomato sauce.
Honestly, my son, who you know, he has his, what do they call them, kicks? You know, his really expensive sneakers.
Yeah.
Or running shoes, trainers, whatever we used to call them.
By the way, may I interrupt very quickly?
Sure.
You know, those white trainers, the expensive ones, hiking boots, equestrian boots, football boots, fabulous in all your footwear. But you know those kicks that you're on about? 80, 90, 100 pounds.
And then the rest.
And the rest.
Yeah.
Well, just spray your Blue Magic on, and it's brilliant. It removes the stain, but it doesn't damage the material. We poured beetroot juice on here, and we also poured, should I say, put some blue ink on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we spritzed it with our Blue Magic concentrate. Remember, it's used commercially, Blue Magic, as well as domestically. So we're using it as a pre-treatment. Now, here's the good news. What it won't do, providing the material that you're working with is colour fast, it won't remove the colour that's meant to be there, just the stain that's not. So whether you've stained something like the carpet, maybe the rug, maybe the sofa, maybe the car upholstery, maybe a shirt or an expensive blouse. It's great on grass marks for the kids' trousers, school trousers. Maybe
cricket whites.
Cricket whites. Maybe you've got that really expensive riding boots or expensive trainers. Remember, Blue Magic won't bleach the fabric. Okay. There's no acid, there's no caustics, again, there's no bleach, it's solvent-free, it's non-toxic, really, really super cost-effective, odour-free and fragrance-free.
Actually, it's interesting you mentioned riding boots, for equestrian purposes.
Yeah.
This would be great on all the leathers and the saddles and all that kind of stuff, but all the sports shoes, the expensive trainers.
Yeah, absolutely. Now remember,
the duds, the drips, the skids, whatever they call them.
This bowl here simulates your washing machine at home. Now think about the rubber ring in the.
I just realised what skids is. Sorry. Well, it will work on those too.
I'm saying nothing. Okay. So you know the rubber ring on the drum.
Cool.
You know, it gets all gunked up.
The rubber ring and the drum, go
in
on.
the washing machine.
Oh, yeah.
And then place your Blue Magic concentrate neat in the drawer of your washing machine. And then what you do...
It cleans all the washing machine pipes and everything.
Yeah, but what you would do, obviously, once you've pre-treated your shirt, your garment, whatever it might be, you pop it in your washing machine with your normal, detergent, whether it's gel, powder, tablets, or anything of that nature.
And that is magic. Blue Magic. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood tonight. So I was talking to some people in Croydon today, and one of them said, I tell you, fam, these Shammys, right, them is well wicked. I'm telling you, bruv, you got to get them like right now and stuff, in it. And I think that's sage advice for anybody watching, don't you?
The street, man.
Oh, yeah, I am, completely.
Down with the kids.
With the kids, yes.
I've read a couple of reviews, actually, from
my finger on the pulse.
From that section of the community.
Oh, yeah?
And that's good. We want the younger generation using them.
Young people
bringing up the next generation of chamois users.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. David, what is the Miracle Chamois?
It's a super absorbent cleaning cloth, Rob, made in Germany, made many years ago.
Could you show us how it works?
Absolutely. Use them damp. By the way, if they get dirty, they go in the washing machine. That's good news. And you can cut them down to any size you want, but keep them at this size if you're doing a big job. Like I say, they're designed for washing cars. If this is your car and it's all wet, look, you just pull it across the top and it dries it off. Awesome for racing car drivers because it happens quick, right? If you've got a bigger vehicle, cars are one thing, maybe boats, caravans, motorhomes. Look how thirsty they are. In the kitchen as a dishcloth, it's simply the best you will ever use. Granite worktops, marble. Keep your kitchen counters dry, put one under the draining tray, put a piece in the fridge for taking away excess moisture from leaf vegetables like lettuce and cabbage. There are so many uses. Look how much it holds. So the next time something like this happens around the home, you want to have these. I'm not going to tell you you'll never use a mop again, by the way, but if you drop something on the floor or somebody else does that's liquid, isn't it just a lot quicker to use a cloth? Yeah. And this is the best available. So
What we think.
rather than getting the mop out and the detergent in the bucket, get it done quicker. Try and pick it up with a sponge, waste of time. Watch this. Take your chamois, lay it in the mess. So if this is apple juice somebody's dropped on the floor and it's a localized spill, in seconds it's gone. And you know, back to doing what you were doing. You throw this in the washing machine. No drips, that's a good thing. If it's a sticky drink, you don't want it dripping on the floor because then you've got sticky feet everywhere. People walk it around the house. Use the whole length, open it up, pull it in one direction. For your windows, that's right, windows too, shower screens, the windscreen of your vehicle, they're awesome, they really are. Streak-free finish each and every time. And how long do they last? 3 to 5 years if you use it every day, up to 10 years if you use it once a week to wash your car. How much do we get? What do we get for our money tonight? Thanks for asking. So usual deal is £20. You get 2 of the big jumbo sheets, identical to the one I'm using here, and a blue one, the window chamois for your windows, funny enough. $4.99 regular deal. That goes in as a free gift from the manufacturer. By the way, they're all the same material. The blue one's a tighter weave, so it's supposed to be slightly better on glass. But just to let you know, I've used these on glass as well, and they're absolutely fine and fantastic. This is a deal available to you tonight, and it'll probably be ongoing. But what we can't do is the 24-hour deal. We're almost out of this special, and the deal is, for £1 less, you get twice as much. I know. Doesn't make any sense. Everyone's happy about it except me, because I'm the guy giving the stock away. But anyway, so now you get 4 big jumbos, 2 blue ones, £19. Treat yourself. It's a great deal. One for the house, for a dishcloth or pretty much anything. One for the car, leave it in the car. The third one, you could use it for the dog, grooming the dog, or put a piece under the water bowl for when they slop it everywhere. Cut them to any size you want. The fourth one could be a spare if they're all in the washing machine, because remember, they all go in the washing machine when they get dirty, and you know they will get dirty. The last one, well, you could also use it in the utility room for woolly jumpers, like this, cashmere or cotton sweaters. When you've washed them, they're a pain to get dry, aren't they? So roll your jumpers up in a chamois, and it sucks all the liquid out. They're dry in no time, same day service. Saves on dry cleaning and wet towels around the home. Treat yourself, jump in. Should we do the carpet? Did I do the carpet that time? No. I'm losing track of things here.
Can I just answer a quick
Been working at the home show, so I'm a little bit ragged this time of night, but I'm going to do the carpet.
Good.
Yeah, let's do the carpet.
Who was it that asked the question? Sue. Embroidery Sue would like to know if the Blue Magic will work with limescale. Yes. That's
yes.
It. And can she have a shout? Sue, of course you're going to have a shout out. Hello, Sue. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for joining us, Sue. It's great to have you with us.
Yeah.
And the Shammy and the Blue Magic are great friends. They always have been.
They are.
But Blue Magic's good stuff. If in doubt, get the Blue Magic out.
Yeah, and what are you going to mop it up with? The Miracle Chamois.
Super duper double whammy, super absorbent super chamois.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Took the words right out
Nervous puppy dogs get excited. Spot with the wet tail. Big dogs too. But the big problem at this time of night is the drunken neighbours or friends. You know, things get a little bit merry and spillages occur, don't they? On the carpet. Particularly. Some carpets are very, very expensive. In the worst case scenario, if you can't get the stain out and you've got to replace the carpet for a whole room, boy, that can be expensive. Hundreds of pounds per square metre. You don't want that. Let's make it worse, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm going to empty the bottle.
Uh-oh. That's very expensive.
Now, I thought when I came in here tonight, I might need more than two 2-litre bottles of Diet Coke because we're going to be here a while. So I'm happy to note that I am now opening the last bottle. This is Diet Coke. It could be anything in your home. It could be tea, coffee, wine, water or beer, puppy dog pee or cat wee-wee, you name it. This is a big spill. We're talking about a litre of liquid I've poured on this carpet. There's nothing else that'll get it. And the mess is really underneath. Take your chamois. Not this stuff.
Carpet, is it?
No, it's not. You can tell it's quite thick stuff as well. It'll be a lot easier to use the thin stuff. Yeah. But this is challenging.
This is the acid test.
This is the enemy, public enemy #1 in the domestic environment. Try and avoid using these because they're expensive, they're hard on the environment, and they don't do the job you're asking of them. They're all right for wiping your mouth after you've had something to eat. Not so good at picking up a massive spill like this. Look, it's doing nothing. So take your chamois. Use it damp. Please remember, use it damp, remove any excess liquid, and lay it down on the mess. Now, this is capillary action. I'm going to try something a little bit special here, hands-free. So,
boom.
This is what we mean by capillary action.
No way, that's not going to do it, surely.
How long now? 5 seconds. I'll turn it over. It's not going to finish the job, but let's see what we get. And this is what I mean by capillary action. It draws the liquid up. Check this out.
No way.
Awesome, right?
Holy cow.
Nothing else can do it. Now, the second time around, I'm going to have to use my hands.
Yeah.
Because it was a big spill. But what we want to see is underneath that carpet where the floorboards were rotting, or where the car could possibly rust. We want to see it bone dry. You can see the colour change in the carpet. It's almost back to normal. Here's the real test. Right? Right?
Holy cow.
Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Hopefully you'll never need to...
There's no rubber underneath.
There's no rubber underneath. It's just your normal carpet.
Yeah.
And it's thick too. And now, let's be honest, Rob, you touched that. It's still damp.
Oh, sure.
It's still damp. It's not bone dry,
no, but
it's done the job. And underneath,
it's damp though. It's not wet.
Now I'll wring it out one more time, and we'll just leave it sitting there.
You said if you spill something on your carpet, you could actually use water and the Miracle Chamois and kind of wash the carpet off.
Yeah, if you've got old stains, like red wine stains that you just can't get rid of, I'm not going to guarantee this will make any difference. Well, it'll make a difference. I don't know if it'll fix the problem, though.
It's worth trying, right?
Yeah, get some soda water. It breaks down the stain. Pour loads of it on there. It dilutes the thing. You're actually washing the carpet and trying to get the stain out. And just go over it and over it again. Use some Blue Magic.
Yes.
And good news, probably. You know, bring your carpet back to next to new. The good friends, Blue Magic and the Miracle Chamois.
Yep.
So all of this for £20, sorry, 19. 4 big jumbo sheets. Look how big they are, by the way. Now, seeing them rolled up doesn't really do them justice.
You know, Girl Guides, brownies, Scouts, Cubs.
Yeah.
Any kind of camping expedition.
Great camping towel.
Skiing.
Take them on holiday if you're self-catering.
Yeah.
Use it as a towel on the beach, but also, you know, use it in the kitchen of your holiday homes. There's so many
Barbecue
uses.
season. Yeah.
Barbecues, wiping down garden furniture, germinating seeds. Put a piece in the fridge to keep your veggies crisp.
Yeah, yeah. See, that'll save you more than 19 quid over time. Just because if you get moist veggies, they rot and they don't last as long.
They don't. You're right.
But if you use that, they'll last longer. You know.
You know,
In the trash.
there's something you brought up on the last show, actually, and you've repeated it rightly so, that really does stick. You're going to spend the money anyway. You're going to spend the 19 quid.
Yeah.
And you're going to spend it again and again and again.
So spend it on something better.
Something that's the best, better than anything you've used, and you're only buying it once. You know, maybe in 5, 6 years you'll have to buy some more. Chances are you'll want more anyway. You'll find other uses for them.
Yeah.
But anywhere in the home that there's liquid makes a fantastic bath mat.
I bet it does. We got 3.5 minutes. Choose your time wisely.
Jump in because, you know...
Check out.
I mean, we've sold a lot of these tonight. We started with a massive stock, but we've got through over 50% of it. So
You've got to check out, folks. If you
in the morning, they'll be gone. Look how thirsty they are. You know, on kitchen counters, great. Outside for picking up spills as well. On the driveway, if you knock over some paint or your car leaks and you've got oil.
Oh, oil, yeah. Mechanics will love these.
Swimming pools.
Yeah.
Keep the side of the pool safe if people are running around. No slipping and sliding. Cleaning out fish tanks and aquariums. Draining the hot tub.
Chefs, sous chefs. Yeah.
If you're on the move, any form of transport, truck drivers, awesome.
Yes.
Inside the cab.
Yeah. Caravans, vans.
Caravans.
Lorries.
Yeah.
Trucks.
Look, this is about 5 cups of liquid.
Wiping your bike down.
And this is what I mean by capillary action. You saw what it did on the carpet, but it does the same here.
Oh, you know what I use mine for? When I come in, it's been raining, using the umbrella, I wipe the umbrella down with it. And I've got the umbrella's dry. You can fold it up and stick it back.
Great idea. Yeah. Use it as a floor mat if you're coming in out of the rain with the dog or the kids. They wipe their feet on it. Good call. And again, they just go straight in the wash. They come out as good as new. You can wash them hundreds of times. See, look at that. No drips. Locks it inside. It is a phenomenon. Yeah. That's why we call it the Miracle Chamois. It's a strong word to use for a cloth, but I think it's justified, don't you?
It certainly seems...
Use the whole length.
Yeah.
We're getting towards the end of the show.
Yeah, we've got about a minute left.
Wouldn't say it's our favourite part, but we do, you know, we like the finish line. And We've done all right tonight. I love working with this guy, by the way.
Fun. I've had a bit too much fun, actually, I fear. But
You
no,
reckon-
and you as well. You've made it really fun for watching. Thank you and being part of the show. We really appreciate it. It's
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
yeah. Makes it all worthwhile. What I think in the remaining 30 seconds or so, what would you like to show?
Oh, I'm just going to do the carpet again.
Go on.
Oh, no, we've got a bit of VT there. Look, that's my friend Mitchell in South Africa, by the way. He used to work for me many years ago, and then he started importing them to South Africa. So that's why you're going to see a top-loaded washing machine.
They're so much better than front loading. I miss those from America. So good.
They are good, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Sun always shines over.
£19. Remember, you get double the deal. Make sure you get item number 469893. If it's not that item number online, you've got the wrong one, and you're just going to get half the deal for £20, which I don't want you to do. I want you to get double the offer with an extra £1 off, but that's only for 24 hours. If you haven't checked out and you're...
It's a lot of cloth, isn't it, for £19?
And it's a specialist tool, really. It's not just a cloth. To call it a cloth is to say that a Rolls Royce is a car.
It's the very, very best.
Yeah.
The best you'll ever use. I know a lot of you already have them, but if you're thinking of stocking up, now is the time, because this is one heck of a deal. And they're flying out. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, viewer.
Yep.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow night, shortly after midnight. And I'm going to keep it a mystery as to what it is that we'll have for you. I'll see you there. Good night.